Can you go that way anymore? Okay.
Okay. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Darksphere Legacy Tuesday. My name is Francis. This is Ethan, and we will be your commentators for this evening. We have got our first feature match lined up and ready, and we're waiting for the players to start. I'm just trying to catch somebody's eye to say we're okay to play, and we'll go down to the feature match. So I'll just put up the... Alright, so we've got Chris on Death and Taxes and Adam on Dead Guy Ale.
So are those decks different colours?
One of them has black in it, one of them does not. Sometimes that deck plays red in it. These are all really important. Neither of these decks plays Dispel, which is the card on the thing at the moment. So...
A useful one for this matchup then.
yeah.
This is probably a good one for the matchup.
Okay. Is this going to work? I feel like you don't need... yeah. That card doesn't exist. Basic lands have been removed from Magic the Gathering. Okay, so our opponents are rolling. Didn't quite catch who was going first there, but we'll see. Oh, very sportsmanlike, shaking hands before the match. Lingering Souls. Okay, yeah. One of our players is playing this card. In fact, I played against Adam the other day and I saw his deck, and it is quite nice. He has some interesting altars in his deck, for those of you who like Game of Thrones. That's probably not very many of you, though, because, you know...
Nobody watches that.
It's not that popular, no. Adam is taking a mulligan, so I assume he'll be on the play, because he's mulliganing first. Chris has got Aether Vial, Wasteland Plains.
2 vials.
White creatures, probably. Oh, thanks, that's really helpful. But, you know, more surprises for later, I suppose. Have we got Twitcher?
Try... yeah. Did you, what, drag it out from here?
Awesome. Thanks. Okay. Great. All right, so our opponent, Adam, has led on basic swamp into Thoughtseize, keeping his 6, I assume. That didn't take too long. And looks like Chris led on turn 1 Aether Vials. So actually, it does look like Chris was on the play, despite Adam's fast mulliganing. What would you take here?
Yeah, I suppose... So the Mirran Crusader, I guess, isn't... Was it? Protection from green and black, so potentially relevant. But I suppose really, like, he's got a lot of removal in his deck, so it's not really a big issue for him to deal with that later on.
No, I did go for that, though.
Kind of, okay, fair enough. I mean, I would have been tempted to take the Recruiter here, I guess, since that allows Chris to get any of his more useful spells to the matchup, I suppose. Like, if you could get... I suppose Thalia's probably not bad against a lot of Adam's spells. There's also... What's it called? The one Sanctum Prelate. Was that good in this matchup, maybe? Locks out some of the three CMC spells that are kind of annoying to deal with.
I guess, yeah. You could name like 3 and have Lingering Souls, yeah, sure. Ah, Sorin Solemn Villager in Adam's hand.
I suppose...
Legacy staple.
Legacy staple. This is one of his altered cards, I think, as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he is. He's got 3 Planeswalkers, different ones, altered. His deck. Okay, so Port in upkeep. Adam goes for the Wasteland on the pass turn. That, I mean, Wastelanding into Aether Vial going up is uncomfortable.
Yeah, I guess especially in the face of double Aether Vial. Does he have other lands at hand? Yeah, so maybe like the Shambling Vent, you probably want to get that down sooner rather than later. Although I suppose he saw his opponent had the Wasteland, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So maybe he's trying not to play it into that, but he's still got a fetch and he's got a Horizon Canopy as well in hand.
If you Wasteland, you're down a mana. If
Yeah.
If he has Port, they spend 2 mana to get rid of your 1 mana. Okay, Inquisition. So nothing new here. He's drawn a Caracas.
And the Revoker, is that new?
No, the Revoker was in the opener.
Oh, that was in the opener, fine.
Hello, Min. This is Ethan.
Not Francis. So, Adam didn't play a land that turn.
I'm not sure what's
So
going
he
on
so he
here.
wasted the turn before to get rid of the port,
Yeah.
and then Inquisitioned, and I think didn't play a land. Interestingly, so
Tactical.
I suppose Chris does have the Wasteland in play, but certainly,
Fetches.
yeah, you want your mana in this matchup, and I can only assume he might have a basic planes in his deck,
Yeah,
being two colours. So
seems fair to play basic planes in your 2-color deck.
yeah, so
Oh,
Yeah.
he did play a land that turn.
he did
quite
play land, so maybe
emphatically.
he just
Now he's
so
told
maybe he
seasoning
did just
into
forget the turn before.
Caracas. We know his hand is Caracas, right? Yeah.
We know
okay.
his hand is Caracas.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, some suspect plays by Adam here, but he did tell me before it started that he would play terribly. So maybe he's just making sure he fulfills that.
He's giving the people what they want, which is lots of head scratching over some of the plays, I guess. Chris
Yeah.
seems to be pretty ahead here.
Authentic head scratch by Ethan.
Yeah, authentic head scratch.
Hello, Goblin Lucky One. Yeah, Chris does seem to be pretty far in the lead at this point, having 2 Aether Vials, a port, and a Wasteland for any future lands, and Revoker. I'm not sure what he named. Maybe names Liliana?
Yeah, I suppose Liliana's pretty good in the dark.
Could name Deathrite Shaman.
Yeah, there's not. I suppose there's not that many things. Yeah, Deathrite. I suppose there's not that many things to name. I guess until you've. I suppose he knows it's Dead Gael, but
I mean, that's the thing. He didn't know he was playing white, did he? Because he played Swamp, Wasteland. There was nothing to indicate that he was on
no,
white
that's
cards.
true. There was indicators on white cards, so you would have to have assumed it would be something like
So
Liliana.
Yeah, it's unlikely he would have named any equipment.
No. So the players aren't keeping track of life totals, which is quite useful. But so Adam has Thoughtseize twice, or is the Inquisition twice? I think he's Thoughtseize twice. He's cracked a fetch. He's at least 15, taken a hit from the
At least one hit, yeah.
Revoker at least once. So he's already about 12, 13 life here, and relatively far behind at this point.
Chris has not taken any damage because Death and Taxes doesn't take damage. Very nicely. Obviously, it draws Horizon Canopy. Speaking of Horizon Canopy, that was on time. And didn't play anything.
Well, I suppose he's hoping to crack the Horizon Canopy in response to Chris maybe trying to Wasteland it, I suppose, which is what we're going to see now. But
It's an odd play from Chris, I guess. I don't know. Bit weird.
Well, it forces Adam to spend his entire turn just playing and cracking
I guess.
the Horizon Canopy, I suppose.
Doesn't
And
he
he's
have another fetch land in hand? I think he has a Windswept Heath.
he does. He could have played that, I suppose. And he still has the Shambling Vent. So I suppose Adam might be trying to induce Chris to crack the Wasteland so he can play the Shambling Vent. But it's sort of at this point, Adam just really needs to play creatures and threats on the board to try and survive, I guess.
He's going to fetch a scrub land, I assume. Oh, look, it's a Caracas.
Yes, there's the...
Different Caracas this time.
Yeah, different Caracas, that's true. Although I suppose, he's got... So, I suppose if the Tidehose Colour's all he's got available, then he has to play it out. But if your opponent's got 2 Vials in play on the numbers that they'd like them to be and has a card in hand and open mana, you can only assume it either isn't going to be taken by something or he can vial it in response.
Could be a Swords or a Batterskull.
Could be a Swords,
or
yeah.
another equipment, but he would have played. So it could be Swords or Sword of Fire. But yes, you're correct. Like there are very few cards, but then again, Tidehose Skull is never getting any better.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, he just needs to play things out,
I think
right?
Adam has Jitte in hand, so having a creature in play when you have Jitte in hand is quite good.
That's true. And he has another land as well. Well, at least another land. So I suppose you can play and equip this turn, potentially.
Well, he got ported, but it could have been on his mind of doing that, but unlikely, seeing his port in play. So yeah, he's playing his tap land now. Probably plays his Jitte. He has a Wasteland, another Marshblades, and a Solemn Visitor in hand. So yeah. And again, I'm guessing you're passing.
Okay, so I'm clarifying. Wish we could somehow know what Revoker's naming.
Yeah, that'd be, helpful. Oh yeah, we can totally read that, guys. Totally read that.
Okay, so he has, a Thalia, which he's going to violin.
I mean, I'm going to assume that it's on Jitte. Use my mind powers. Yeah, I'll soul read the camera guy. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to guess that if he doesn't equip Jitte or play Sorin, then Revoker's on Jitte.
I suppose, but he wouldn't necessarily suspect
This
these
might
moves,
be
I
more
guess.
helpful, but it's too glaring.
Too glary, never mind.
For one moment, I could read that, and then,
Yeah.
you know. Alright, so the Thalia in place, so he can't play... This makes Jitte worse, and he can't play Sorin unless he has an untapped land. And Chris has a port. This just isn't looking very good for Adam. The thing is, we're guessing he's probably, you know, between 11 and 13 life. Tapping a white. There's Swords to Plowshares. So, 13, 15-ish.
Yeah, about there. 13, 15.
Gets it for 4. Holds up Rishton Port. There's no other choices. Oh. I'm trying to read the thing. It's not happening.
I mean, I suppose it's highly unlikely that it's going to be relevant in this game.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's legit. It might have been near the vial. There's a source of Plowshares. Okay. And a wasteland, so yeah. I guess you killed the port, though. That doesn't matter too much at this point. He swords Thalia now before he can... I'm actually quite surprised Chris didn't play his second Karakas there to protect his Thalia.
Yes, I suppose it's not going to really do anything, and I suppose at least Adam definitely knows that he has a second Karakas, having seen it a couple of times, so he's not going to be inclined to wasteland that. So I suppose you're right, playing it out and legend ruling is probably the best thing to do.
But then he would wasteland the other Karakas.
I suppose
then you get to keep your port. You'd be in a better position than here.
Yeah.
You'd have a port instead of your Karakas, I guess, and you wouldn't have a Karakas in hand. I think that's better.
Yeah, I suppose so. And yeah, I guess if he does think his opponent's on Liliana and he wants to hold something in hand, then I suppose keeping it in hand is maybe potentially good. But again, he may well have revoked Liliana since he only saw black at the beginning of the game.
Well, that card's good. This card is probably just going to win the game at this point. This is Sorin Solemn Visitor, which is not commonly played in Legacy.
It is a pretty sweet card.
So I'm going to get this up on the stream. Probably should have had this up a bit earlier. Does that exist? No, I can't remember what this is. I'm pretty sure it is this.
It is. It is
like
that.
a comma. Inconvenient. Having some technical difficulty. It is what I thought it was. Odd. Well, that didn't stay in play very long. It got... Oh, so he decided to minus it, and that creature got swords.
And then the Revoker finished it off.
Killed it. Okay, well. There we go. Still floating around 13-ish life, I would guess. There's a shambling vent in play. Maybe that will pick up the Jitte. Jitte is a really scary card for Death and Taxes.
Yeah, that's true. Although I suppose with, he does need to draw a creature soon though, and I suppose the port's keeping the shambling vent under control for the time being.
That's true. Rishton Port. Ooh, that's a good one. This might run away with the game.
Bobby!
He drew Mother of Runes. Yeah, that's not the card you wanted to draw there. Alright, so Bob with a Jitte against...
Well, I suppose that said, if he'd drawn it the turn before, then he could at least block the Confident.
Yeah.
When it attacks the GT, but yeah, at this point.
He's probably going to draw another creature with his... Didn't play Mother of Runes. Just didn't play it. See, if he plays it, that at least forces him to suicide it. Sort of. Now... I think now he just wins, right? I mean... And he chose to miss his land drop on turn 2. It's quite impressive,
He did choose to miss his land drop on turn 2.
Yeah, punished for keeping Mother Runes in hand.
Well, that's the power of Umezawa's GT against...
Deck with creature.
Deck with lots of creatures, yeah. Or late game
I
GT.
don't know why you attack here, because you could just sit with your Dark Confidant and then you play your Stoneforge Mystic and attack with that later. You know he doesn't have anything in hand. He has to draw something this turn.
I suppose the only... I suppose it does trade for the creature. I suppose the only thing we don't know is the life total. So if he is quite low, he doesn't want to flip a Batter Skull off of his Dark Confidant the next turn, I guess. But he's in a pretty good spot.
It's not in his deck anymore.
It's not in his deck anymore. Yeah, true.
So he could flip a Gideon.
Yeah, he could
Ally
flip
of
a Gideon.
Zendikar. I know he has one of those in his main deck. But
Yeah.
I think it's I think this is probably quite a tough matchup for Death and Taxes. I'm not sure, but he has what?
You
All
probably...
the
I mean...
discard and removal and like
And
Liliana.
busted equipment. Yeah, it's pretty good.
See, in post board he probably has Artifact, Enchantment, Hate, like stuff like Marsh Casualties or whatnot. Another Dark Confidant. Well, okay, that's why he suicided. He just knew he had it. Attacking with Stoneforge Mystic. Somebody drew a 3-drop. Puts it into play. It's a Flicker Wisp. That's quite good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So that forces him to kill Flicker Wisp. He's going to flicker the Jitte. Yeah, he's going to gain 2 life. Jitte gets flickered. He takes 1. Interesting. Jitte comes back in his end step. Yep. Okay. Not
Via the top of the library, why not?
that didn't achieve that much. I mean, he got rid of what? 4 counters, I guess, with 1 card.
Yeah.
But you don't really care about that if you're. Jitte's back now.
Jitte is back. Let's see
Jitte is
if he
currently in
draws that
play.
for turn. This is where Modo has failed to keep the card in the correct zone.
Nah, Chris has realised that Modo messed up. And there's a Judge's Familiar. Excellent play on turn 9.
Pro Tour top 8 Judges Familiar.
Or was it Pro Tour winning?
It might be Pro
I
Tour
think it
winning. It
won
might
Pro
be Pro
Tour
Tour
Dragons
winning
Mates.
Judges Familiar, yeah.
Broken. I've played that in Modern. I haven't played it in Legacy. So, you know, although I have played against it in Legacy.
I mean, I imagine it wears GT quite well.
Yeah. It's really good with other Magic cards.
Yeah, not the turn 20 draw that you're looking for, I suppose.
Min confirming that it did win a Pro Tour. Min knows a lot about random Magic things. Like a lot. It's quite impressive sometimes. Oh, Lingering Souls. Yeah, that's really good against Judge's Familiar. I think, yeah, okay. Seems fine.
Yeah, I mean, your opponent doesn't really have Wraths, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Cataclysm.
I assume it's what, like a 1
Don't
to
flash
2
it
turn
back.
clock at this point.
Very good. Why putting that on the Stoneforge Mystic? Oh, you can attack this turn. Okay, yeah, fair enough. So I put it on the flyer. Oh. Do you think Chris will block? I don't think Chris can win from here. That's just not really an option. I guess you could draw like Recruiter into Flicker Wisp.
Yeah, which is kind of a shame because he's played this
reasonably well.
really reasonably well. He just hasn't really drawn much of anything, unfortunately. I suppose it's not just lined. It's just not lined up very
and a
well.
bunch of lands, and now he's drawing an equipment without a creature. Main deck Sword of War and Peace. Somebody does not like Miracles. I think that was a Sword of War and Peace anyway. It might have been a Sword of Fire and Ice, but if it was a Sword of War and Peace, that'd be really rude. It's not even that much better than Sword of Fire and Ice against Miracles, but it's just sort of a statement. It's like, oh, I don't like you. What is it? Yeah, it is. Look at this guy. Look at this rude person. It's not even much better. It's quite good in this matchup, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's better when you can equip it to things, I suppose. Can you equip them to vials? I don't know.
That'd be pretty violent.
There is a creature on the Aether Vial.
Sort of a creature.
It's a
like
merfolk.
a jade
It's
statue.
a merfolk thing.
Yeah.
Playing with an amulet. Or a vial, I assume. I don't know.
You've played with Vial a lot more than me.
I have played with the
I
vial
don't think I've
considerable
owned
number
them
of
in
times.
5 years.
Yes. It's a shame they don't have a vial with a goblin on it.
No, maybe they'll reprint that, and the next one will have Goblin on
That
it.
would be good.
A little goblin lackey in like a vase.
Goblin lackey in a bar. You should definitely be Wizards art director.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. I don't know why I didn't flashback Lingering Souls that turn. I mean, not really.
I mean,
any reason not to.
I assume it's because his opponent is dead.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't subscribe to that philosophy.
No, you don't. You like to keep playing and resolving cantrips until long after the game is. Your opponent's not even sat at the table anymore.
Ponder. It's too much. I like casting cantrips too much. Okay, so Adam takes game 1 in a interesting way. We go to sideboard. Surgical Extraction immediately available.
So Surgical's good against magic cards, right?
Yeah, you can Surgical his Aether Vials. Revoker, Needle, Containment Priest. It's a Kalitas and 2 Gideons. Okay.
I guess so. Kalitas makes a lot of sense. It's really difficult to fight on the board. It is.
Didn't bring it in.
He didn't bring it in.
No.
Oh, okay. What did he actually bring in? Needle.
2 Needles, a Revoker, a Disenchant, a Containment Priest, and a Path to Exile? Yeah, I think it's like an F&M promo Path to Exile.
Oh, wow.
He also has F&M promo Path to Exiles. Weird.
That is kind of
Apparently
weird.
that's just super popular.
That's just what white and black players enjoy.
Maybe. There's Liliana of the Veil. Okay. Don't cut thoughts. What are you doing? You're on the draw.
Yeah.
Thoughts is good against Death and Taxes. Hymnotoric's really good against Death and Taxes.
Hymnotoric's. Oh.
They just can't, like, if you resolve a hymn, it's just like, oh yeah.
Does Death and Taxes have card advantage?
Stoneforge Mystic. I guess Recruiter beats it a bit, but like, him is just brutal for that deck. Like, I guess on the draw cards like that aren't as good, but I suppose you're bringing in answers to things that are on board, like equipment and vials, which is fine. But him is a good card.
Yeah, and I suppose you don't want to draw. I suppose if you think the game's going to be grinded, you don't necessarily want to draw it late on if you're on the draw. But
I don't know how many hymns he has. This deck seems to have a lot of one-offs in it. Like from
the
him
one
going
of
through it.
it's the one of him.
One hymn, one Liliana, one other Liliana.
I mean, I could see one of Planeswalkers, but one of him seems interesting.
Interesting. Yeah,
I hear that. I hear that card's good on the early turns of the game for sure.
Him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, depends.
One off Surgical in the main deck.
I do quite like it.
Yes, we are actually sat behind the kiosk at the back of the shop, so we do sometimes get asked if people can purchase from us.
Yeah, people come over with like snacks, things, and they're like, "Hey, can I buy a thing?" You're like, we're not the shop. Do we look like we're the shop right now? Maybe that's a little rude. Not sure. Okay. Well, we are shuffling up for game 2. So, what do you think the draw is that Chris was looking for here? What does he want?
I mean, so I can only imagine probably a land for turn 1. I think that's probably a solid thing that he's looking out for in his opening hands. At least one land, probably a creature of some description. Needs to put pressure on his opponent.
Okay.
Maybe a removal spell.
Do you think he's going to get a land in his opening hand?
Well, it depends how many he has in his deck, I suppose. I mean, what could make it more difficult for his second turn, I suppose, if his opponent has brought in Surgical Extraction and he has like a fetch land, which I don't think he does in the mono-white deck. His opponent could Surgical Extraction his fetch lands from his deck, and then he might be more unlikely to draw his lands. He might get a random Thoughtseize.
We should refer those people to Callum. That's a really great idea, and I will do that in the future. Although I can't quite see Callum. Oh no, I can see Callum.
I have to admit, I cannot confirm whether Callum is or is not a shop. That's something that Callum will have to address himself.
All right, Swamp, Wasteland, Marsh Plants, Thoughtseize, Lingering Souls, Disenchant, or something like that.
Yes, and then so Chris has got
Needle,
triple port, Needle, Swords,
Vial,
Vial, and
no creatures. Council's Judgment.
And a Council's Judgment. So the Council's Judgment looking pretty good in the triple port hand. But I guess, yeah, turn 1 Vial, Needle.
That was really useful. For
Vial.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would keep that, but
yeah, I'd be tempted to keep that.
I'm not a good Magic player, so
Yeah, but I suppose, yeah. The problem with the Death and Taxes deck, I suppose, is that the mana isn't always amazing, considering how many colorless lands you do have.
no. Is this working at all?
No, it doesn't seem to be working at all.
Seems like our card image thing is just not working, which is unfortunate. We did get one up.
We got like Lingering Souls to work, yeah. See if you can put Aether Vial up, maybe that one will work.
This one worked before. Oh, that one's in their legacy. I don't know. Might as well fix this while we're... Apparently it's empty here. How unfortunate. Aether Vial, there we go. That's
There we go.
relevant.
That's a relevant
All
one.
set. Miyagi, go and bring your friends. That would be great. No, we'd love to have them here. Turn 1, Plains, Mother of Runes. It's like a weird printing of Mother of Runes. It looks really like dark. Maybe it's just the camera. Swords to Plowshares on your Mother of Runes. A classic play from Magic's past. Commonly referred to as ploughing your mum.
Well, I should point out that it's not past the watershed at this point. So I don't know if we can make those jokes just yet.
I didn't realise you were so defensive of your mother, but yeah, I suppose that's fair enough. Richardson port for Chris, porting Adam's Plains. All right.
See whether Adam elects to go for a turn 2 land. He has this game.
Swan on turn 2. He won without playing a land on turn 2. Oh. Ooh. Miyagi says he tried to... I'm not sure what this means. He likes saying actual magic. I like saying actual magic as well. So we've got an Inquisition of Kozilek. Not many choices here. There was taking a Path or a Mirren Crusader. Neither of which probably scared Adam very much. A Mirren Crusader maybe, but it's 2 Stoneforge Mystics.
Yeah, and I suppose most of his removal's white-based, so... Or appears to be.
Ooh.
Although he did take it early on last game as well.
Ved is annoyed that I intentionally ignored him. That's fun, isn't it? Hi, Ved. Welcome to the chat. See, Min's looking after you. Okay. Maybe he should play a land and a Stoneforge Mystic. Interesting. Oh, Stoneforge Mystic. See, here you might be tempted to take Path to Exile, just because I don't think Mirren Crusader does very much. I mean, taking Mirren Crusader stops things going really wrong.
Yeah.
That's a safe play. But you could take Path and have things go really right.
Yeah, and I guess if you know you're getting... well, if you know you've got the... whatchamacallem?
Also, yeah, why has he got Battle Skull in the Death and Taxes matchup when his opponent has Path to Exile? Bit suspicious. I mean, he has another Stoneforge Mystic, I guess, so this is going to force him to Path it. And then I guess he has to do it main, so it sort of ramps him for free. If he doesn't Path it, that's a bit weird. Okay, that's a bit weird.
Well, unless he's waiting to do it on his opponent's upkeep, I guess. Well, no, because then he can get the... Yeah, never mind, he can get the Battle Skull and play, can't he?
He's porting the Swamp, so he's not even forcing his hand. And he's disenchanting the Aether Vial in his upkeep or draw step or something. Okay, sure, upkeep. Now I'm playing a wasteland. He doesn't have a second white source. Okay. He's attacking with his Stoneforge Mystic. This game is not going how I would predict it went, but you know. So goes it.
So, I mean, I guess you would say Adam is technically ahead at the moment, having some board presence.
And I think Adam's pretty firmly ahead, just based on...
It's hard to see what Chris has got now. He's got a Plains, what looks like a Path. Oh no, this Council's Judgment. Is that what he's got?
He's got a Flicker Wisp.
Flicker Wisp as well, yeah.
He can flicker a Stoneforge Mystic.
Seems good.
I think it's a... Yeah, Flicker Wisp, Path, and land. Look, Flicker Wisp. Wow.
He did go for... He did elect to go for the basic Plains rather than the Stoneforge Mystic.
Death and Taxes is going to become a sealed deck that drew badly now. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, Death and Taxes is a sealed deck, isn't it? Ooh. Arid Mason. Liliana, the Last Hope, cameoing as Daenerys Targaryen.
Well, it also looks like Elsa from Frozen.
Does a bit from this
That's
angle.
what I thought it was originally.
I'm pretty sure it's Daenerys Targaryen.
I'm going to go with Elsa from Frozen.
Okay. Elsa kills Flickerwisp.
He also has the blue and white ice counter for it, which is also pertinent. So.
Min says, Ved, can we get more of the story? I recently beat Death and Taxes with Teema Energy. From Standard, not from Legacy. Have you played against the Legacy version of Teema Energy?
I have not played again. I know that Caleb Durwood did play Marvel, Aetherworks Marvel, in a Legacy League at one point. But I don't know of any other Legacy energy decks.
So Adam has another... I think he has another Planeswalker in hand, which has been altered. Oh, plussing Liliana. Fetching. Oh, not fetching. Not fetching before combat. Just in case. Maybe he doesn't have a second planes.
Maybe he doesn't have a second planes.
Seems weird not having a second planes in this deck. I mean, it seems kind of free. This is, I think, Gideon, Ally of Zendikar, otherwise known as Jon Snow. It's got a little wolf there. I don't know if we can zoom in any more on this, but there's a little wolf next to Jon. That's nice. Oh, they're together now. That's cute.
Does he have altered wolf knight tokens? That'd be pretty dope.
No, he doesn't have any, actually.
Oh.
I know he doesn't have any, because he
Oh.
cast this against me the other day. I was very sad. And then bolted the knight and attacked for lethal. It was great. And he swore at his Gideon. That was a cheeky move. See, he has these really fancy planeswalkers, but his planes don't match. It's like really... His swamps match as well. What's this about?
Priorities.
Yeah, Ved knows it as well. Mismatching planes.
Yeah, the Swarms do match. That is
Also,
interesting.
but he's also just chosen not to play Battleskull at any point. But if
Well, he played Batterskull last game, so you know you want to
That's
mix it up
true.
with your other sweet threats, and these are altered, so you want to get some
the
camera
alters
time.
are really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does Chris have any draws to get back into this game realistically, or
Cataclysm.
Cataclysm?
Does
Does Cataclysm deal with Planeswalkers?
I think it does. Yeah, I think it does. I'm not sure though. Yeah, I think you choose one of each of these types and then sacrifice all other permanents. So you'd have to. So it just kills all Planeswalkers, I believe. Let's see if we can find that.
See if that works.
I seem to remember my Jace dying once or twice. Hopefully it works this time. No, Cataclysm not a real magic card. We're having some problems here with this. We'll see if we can try and fix this before the next round. Maybe this is going to come up somewhere else on the screen.
No, maybe it comes up somewhere else. Yeah, maybe.
Alright. Alright, so another Flickerwisp has been drawn. Doesn't seem very good here, seeing as it just doesn't matter what that gets at this point.
I suppose, and since Liliana's +1's pretty good against 3/1 flyers,
What Liliana is that?
that's the last hope. So
Oh, Mother of Runes. So maybe Flickerwisp will live through the turn. Again, don't see that mattering too much. He can't kill either of the Planeswalkers. Batterskull and Dark Confidant will into play. And Mother of Runes will die. So that's fun, isn't it? Mother of Runes, as predicted, leaving the battlefield. Main deck Abrades help a lot. Yeah, that does seem good from Death and Taxes in the mirror. But again, oh, he's not choosing to make a token. He's choosing to attack with his Gideon. I wonder if Chris will draw one of his million Caracas and get to bounce Gideon.
that'd be pretty sweet.
Bit interesting interaction. Very interesting. And this game is basically over. I'm not sure what the Immortal Sun is. Do you know what the Immortal Sun is?
It's from Rivals, I think.
Probably why I don't know what it does.
It's from one of the two new sets. I can't remember exactly. It's either maybe it's the thing that makes your opponents all
sad.
their stuff 1/1s or something. I can't remember. Yeah, it definitely makes your opponent sad. I think it's like 8 mana though.
Humility for your opponent.
I think so. It's in Ixalan, okay.
It's an artifact in Ixalan. Spells cost 1 less, creatures get +1/+1. It's pretty cool. I'm kind of annoyed at our card thing. It'll be quite useful.
It'd be funny if this works.
Oh, there's a Pithing Needle. I mean, again, this is not important. It would be great if our opponents sort of, you know, took care of their life totals. Opponents, players.
Opponents. Well, certainly in terms of life recording their opponents, I think.
Every other player is an opponent. Reading Jon Snow.
So he attacked Adam with the Flicker Wisp, with the life total change there that they noted down.
I don't think he's hit Adam yet. What does that do? I think I definitely would have attacked Gideon there.
Yeah, Gideon's still at 5, Liliana's still at 6. I think that was maybe...
Pithing Needle on it?
Oh, he's got a Pithing... maybe that was sending a message then.
We can't tell what it is, but I would assume that it's Liliana.
Yeah.
Path to Exile on the Germ. Again, not really helping you out here much. I mean, this game is pretty hopeless at this point. I can't work out what Chris can draw. If Chris drew Cataclysm, the board would end up being land Stoneforge Mystic Batterskull and land Flicker Wisp Pithing Needle. So I think... I don't know who would win there. That depends on what draws were happening. So you have to draw Cataclysm into other stuff.
Yeah.
Adam has Dark Confidant and another Mystic in hand, clearly playing around a Cataclysm.
So I suppose this is essentially just an exercise in Adam using his fun cards as quickly as possible to end the game.
Yeah. What are you doing? Is that just lethal? Or are we... If this is lethal, which it isn't, that makes sense.
It's strange that it's not. I don't think Chris has gained any life.
Adam could have played a Stoneforge Mystic pre-combat and then just used his other Stoneforge Mystic to put Jitte or whatever into play this turn. And then equipped, what, one or both of Batterskull and Jitte, depending if he drew a land next turn. I mean, that seems like a harder thing for Chris to beat than 1 damage.
How much is a Batterskull equip? Is it 5?
I think you can just play Jitte here, it doesn't matter. Yes, 5. Yeah, okay, fine. I like my instant speed. Damage is not important. And maybe he won't put Jitte into play. Maybe he'll put... I don't know. Alright, what are you hitting the top of your deck for? What are you going to draw? I just don't get what you
Yeah,
think
I don't know what you're going to draw.
Cataclysm, still good.
Is Cataclysm 4 mana?
Yes.
Yes.
So... Chris, you are dead. Chris. What did he draw? He drew a Fatal Push. Okay. Adam, please kill your opponent faster.
I don't feel like there's... I mean, what could you be playing around that your opponent's drawn, I suppose? Not really. I mean, another removal spell, but you must have lethal in about 6 different ways at this point.
4 mana instant exile all attacking creatures. They get a basic for each
one. Settle the Wreckage.
Yep. Settle the Wreckage would be okay here.
That would be amazing, I think, actually, if he played Settle the Wreckage at this point. That actually is probably better than Cataclysm in getting him back into the game.
Settle the Wreckage, your Gideon, both your Stoneforge Mystics get exiled.
Yeah.
And you'll need it. Yeah, okay. Settle the Wreckage is an out here.
It's probably...
Maybe that's been searched before? I think it's only showing cards that have been looked for before.
Oh, maybe it's like not connected. Maybe that's what it is.
We're going to try and fix this in between the rounds.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to restart it or something. Those are our options. Our options are Abeyance, Accumulated Knowledge, Brain Freeze.
There you go, Brain Freeze works.
Right, okay. Adam is dead. Joking. Adam won the game.
Adam, yes, Adam takes the 2 over Chris. Chris, once again, didn't really draw a whole lot of anything, it seems.
Is this because Death and Taxes doesn't have any cards in it that are good? Or is it because Chris got unlucky?
I think, yeah, Chris definitely got unlucky in the first game, I think, where his opponent elected not to play the turn 2 land. That was quite impressive.
I think that was more of just like a, you know, screw you, I'm going to win anyway.
I'm going to win anyway.
I don't need this land. Hello, Pisa Kudasai. Alright, yeah. We can see. Ooh. Gideon, Cancel Judgment, Pathway Exile, Pity Needle, and.
Oh, Vryn Wingmare
Came out. What's the last card? Almost Crypt? I can't tell that. Pathway Exile. Oh.
Is that
Leonin
Relic Water? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look, they brought in basically the same sort of cards. Alright, let's go back to the booth. That's in here.
There we go.
I'll wait today. Alright. Oh. Sorry, this bar's a bit high today. Not sure we can reach it. Right. We're going to try and fix the software. And maybe we'll find another match to play in round 1.
Well, I think everyone might be finished.
Right,
So
looks like everyone's done.
yeah.
So maybe not. Okay. See you soon. Hello. Well, we might have fixed our technical difficulties. We're not sure. We're about to bring up round 2. We have decided on our players. We don't know what they're playing, but traditionally they've played interesting decks. So
non-blue decks.
well, no, not strictly. Both of them have played lots of blue decks in their time, but you know, we're unlikely to get any sort of mirror. Again, I may be completely wrong.
Well, you never know.
I've not spoken to either of them this evening, so
Alex was playing blue-red control last week with
okay, so you might still be playing that.
yeah, with what do you call him? The big blue-red god in it.
Oh yeah, okay.
The enchantment one. I can't remember his
Barney
name.
Dinosaur. No, Keranos.
Keranos
God
is it? Yeah,
Storms.
Keranos is the finisher. Yeah.
All right, let's go down to the feature match, and hopefully the card thing will be fixed. All right, we have Simone, and we have Alex, and they are sat on the correct sides. It's quite impressive. Simone has a wonderful playmat. It's hand drawn with lots of magic cards on it, like Garruk and Progenitus.
Birds of Paradise.
Yeah, Birds of Paradise. Can you see if you can guess any more? Can you see who's behind the bar?
Who's behind the bar? No, I can't see who's behind the bar.
We've got Jace serving drinks.
Jace serving
to
drinks.
young Pyromancer. Oh. And we've got Delver of Secrets and Insectile Aberration sitting at a table in the middle. Liliana on the beach. And I believe Stoneforge Mystic is hidden by the shuffle. It's very nice.
It's very impressive. Who is that lying on the beach towel?
This is Liliana,
That's Liliana. Well,
obviously.
obviously.
Right, let's see if we can get the card thing to work. We did go through a lot of problems to try and fix this. Didn't get anywhere. So that's good.
Did it not load?
No.
Good.
Twitch chat. Go Keranos and go Simo. Rudy Manson knows Simo. There we are. Oh, there's a True Nemesis sort of hiding in the water as well, I believe.
And then is that what's that goblin at the front? Is that the goblin from Goblin Game or something?
Might be, or it might just be a
random goblin.
might be a lackey.
Might be a lackey.
in a suit.
A lackey in a suit. That doesn't seem right.
Rudy Manson knows us guys too. Do we know who Rudy Manson is?
I don't. I'm afraid. I'm not very familiar with Twitch names.
I know my one, but
You know
other than that,
yours.
Yeah. I know my login details. Okay.
Does anyone else?
Can we guess what they're playing? Alex has, I believe, a green card in his hand.
Is he playing Dark
He's
Depths? He
mulliganing.
has been known to play Dark Depths.
And Simone's got a Snapcaster Mage, a Polluted Delta. So
So
we might just see, like,
Could be a number of things.
he has main deck Surgical Extraction.
Main deck Surgical
I
Extraction.
believe I know what he's on. I think Simone's on blue-black mill.
Oh yes, we had. Yeah, okay, sure.
Okay, let's put that deck in.
So mulliganing to 6, is that good against the mill deck?
Yeah,
That's
of course
quite- that's
it is.
quite good, right?
That's tech.
So if anything, you want a mull to 1.
Yeah, then they have to have
Give you an.
I mean, that's a whole two
takes
cards or something.
Yeah, it could take a turn or 2 off the clock, right? You might not win, but
All right. And what's Alex playing? We don't know. Maybe
it looks
Depths.
like Dark Depths.
No, elves.
Elves.
There's a Nettle Sentinel.
Okay, that's fair. Elves versus mill.
You guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready to go. Yeah, there's definitely a Nettle Sentinel, but and two Elvish Visionaries.
Elves does sometimes play the Depths combo in it, though, doesn't it? Like as a one-off sometimes? Because it's got Crop Rot?
I've not seen that.
No, fair enough. Maybe not.
Maybe. Oh, well, we're going to see his hand. Why would Symbiote Nissa Bayou? Okay. I think he's quite to the bottom as well, so. But he's on the draw.
Here's in the draw.
Exactly, Mup. Elves! Not elves. Elves!
Elves! Exclamation point.
You've never seen Depths Elves?
No, maybe I'm misremembering this. I thought
Maybe you had a fever dream one
a
time.
fever dream one time. Yeah, I just like Dark Depths that much that I just see it everywhere.
Yeah. You love Our Lady.
I do love my pretty lady.
All right. Simone fetching.
So the players are actually updating the life total. Unfortunately, it's not. The software's not connected.
Can we do it?
We might actually be able
He's
to. Yeah.
fetched once.
Yeah. So
Maybe this will
and
work.
he's probe, so he's on. Is that game wins or is that life? That is life. Okay, fine. He's on 17, right?
Why would he?
He's probed.
Yeah, you're right. Although this doesn't seem to be updating anymore either. So.
Oh yeah, of course. Why would it? Because the card thing's not.
Maybe it updates on here.
This can be an exercise for everyone in mental
Let's
magic.
work out how Simone's software
Oh no, there we
works.
go.
Okay.
There we go.
So what I think is happening is that this XML is running, and these two aren't.
Ah, right.
So
okay.
this is fine. Oh, but that's because these ones are the defaults. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know what default means, so.
Well, some of this software comes with the program, but we're missing the game of Hedron Crab versus Nettle Sentinel. The one drop of color.
It does block Nettle Sentinel very well.
It does die.
Is it an O2 or is it an O3?
It's an O2.
Oh, it's an O2. Never mind, ignore that.
I mean, it does block it. Oh, no. Look at all those lovely cards going into the graveyard. Glimpse of Nature.
So I suppose, does he have any of the cards that mill based on the colour of your opponent's cards that get milled?
No.
No, okay. That's
not.
just for the modern
I
mill deck.
don't know Simone's list. I feel like it's...
You said you were familiar with his deck. I assumed you knew the intimate one-ofs and two-ofs in the list.
Someone is playing main deck Surgical Extraction, because why not? It's good against all Magic cards.
Well, I mean, it's a guaranteed one mana mill 4. Mill 3.
Sort of.
Maybe.
So many things, cool things to do in Legacy, and... Look. He picks Mill. Wow. I mean, it's just... We do actually know this card is in his deck. So we can put this on here. Look. Glimpse the Unthinkable and Hedron Crab. Come on. How can you be unhappy with this? It's basically just burn.
Legacy staple.
On a different axis.
Glimpse the Unthinkable. Well, it is burn, isn't it? Just in a different paradigm.
You get to play Polluted Delta, which makes you a better person, I think. Deathrite Shaman in the graveyard, where it should be.
So I suppose this is one of the few Legacy decks you actually need 4 Underground Seas for?
Yeah, we were discussing this the other day. We can add this to the list.
Yeah, we can add this to the list. Along with Land Nauseam, Mill also requires 4 Underground Seas.
Oh. Team America.
Yeah,
Black
fair.
Reanimator. And Land Nauseam. Surgical, targeting, Gaia's Cradle. That's quite interesting. Some say the most powerful card in Legacy. I don't know if Alex has revealed his hand entirely to this Surgical Extraction. And Simone is also neglected to look through his deck. Yeah, okay.
remove the target card in opponent's graveyard. It's probably not so good in the mill deck since it's already there.
Alex has 3 Cradles in his deck. Tech against the mill player. Oh no, there's the 4th.
There's the 4th.
I was going to say, that would be next level versus a mill. Only play 3 of, not 4 of, so Surgical isn't
Playing
as good.
around the main deck Surgical, yeah.
Yeah. What? I mean, you're saying that like I'm not being serious.
See, I knew you were experienced in the mill matchups.
Sadly, yes. I have played against mill before. Oh no, Alex missed on his second land, although that is a weakness of elves.
Well, you were right though, the Hedron Crab actually isn't blocking as well as I thought it would, it being an O2.
Maybe someone has forgotten it can block. In fact, it should have gotten the behemoths. Yeah, I mean... Oh, we're just not recording the live title anyway. I think he's taken 4. Quality casting. I think he's been hit twice.
Someone in chat should do the live titles and keep us all updated.
Yeah, that seems much better. So shuffling his ponder, didn't find his perish. One of his other sideboard cards he probably has in his main.
So Alex opting for the familiar play this evening of not playing his turn 2 land. Do you think this is going to be is this a new
That's a winning line.
A new legacy tech that we've got? It is a winning line, yeah.
Half of the time it's been a winning line. The other half of the time you play the land anyway and won. So 30-ish cards.
I mean, one of those face down cards could be a land.
Life total is 30-ish cards.
30-ish cards.
Very good. Could have drawn land. It doesn't seem like you would have done. Post-combat Nettle Sentinel. Tech. Now he can block the Hedron Crab.
Yeah, the he can't. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't get the
Ninjutsu.
ninjutsu. Well, he just can't. Simone just can't send a message with his 0 power creature.
True. Although I think Ninja of the D-Pad is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
So good. Isn't Hedron Crab a defender? If it's not, that'd be so funny. Attack with Hedron Crab, Ninjutsu, draw another glimpse.
Well, it could wear a G. Also, well, I guess can't deal combat.
This is a glimpse mirror.
Which glimpse? Which one did it better? Who wore it better? So I can't quite see what Simone's got in hand. He's got a Force of Will, another land, by the looks of it. Can't see what that top card is. Is that a Brain Freeze he's got in hand?
I hope so. Could be perfectly... Oh, yeah, he's got a Brain Freeze, definitely.
Yeah, he's got a Brain Freeze in hand.
And like a Blue Sun Zenith or something?
Could be Blue Sun Zenith. Blue Sun Zenith.
No, it's a Visions of Beyond.
Visions of Beyond, fine.
And a Force. Wow. He's missing some lands. They're both just really not hitting their land drops. We're also just neglecting to record life total. I think Simone is on 9 now. I'm surprised. Snapcaster Mage, Ambush Viper mode.
Oh, so maybe he's
on Surgical Extraction. Yeah, maybe he's this before. Yeah, so he's probably still on 13. We weren't that bad, obviously. Well, he's probably going to go to 9 anyway because he's going to cast Surgical and block.
Well, let's just wait for the damage to happen, shall we? Actually, before...
Maybe Alex was Surgical, someone is Surgical. And he couldn't cast it. He needs his opponent to search his library for Archive Trap. Is that actually what he has in hand? Just a bunch of Archive Traps?
That would be pretty funny.
Archive Trap
It'll probably end the game quite quickly.
Another Nettle Sentinel. Well, Alex is being very consistent in his plays. So, I think somebody's on what? He didn't block.
He didn't block.
So he's on what? 9 now, and then he'll cast Surgical and go to 7?
Yeah, I can only assume so.
Someone's going to die, isn't he?
I mean, everyone's going to, but I assume that in this game he probably will soon.
Okay, I didn't realise this was a Tibetan philosophy stream. Wow, it's Symbiote in its classic upside down pose. Okay, didn't cast Surgical? So he's on 9.
So
Somebody,
was
come
it
on. I think someone's on 9.
okay.
This is the most complicated thing ever with this life total. He takes 2 a bunch of times, and he might take 2 off his own spell. Then he elects not to cast it. What's that about? He doesn't think that getting cards out of his opponent's deck is worthwhile in his burn deck. Very odd. Do you think Alex has more than 20 cards in his graveyard?
It's an interesting question. You can maybe judge it from the relative size of the shadows next to the piles on the camera. It's kind of hard to determine.
Do you think Simone neglected to Surgical Alex because... Oh, he's doing it anyway. I was going to say, do you think he did it because he thinks that Alex will go below 20 cards in his graveyard? He doesn't have 20 cards in his graveyard now, I'm looking at it, but... Because he has Visions of Beyond in his hand. Why would you Surgical Deathrite Shaman? You should have... Yeah. If Crater Hoof's in his graveyard, you may as well just go for that, or something. You really want to hit one of those Elbow Visionaries with your Surgical.
Well, I mean, how can he?
Cabal Therapy, name Elbow
Therapy naming Elbow Visionary. Do you think the mill deck plays Therapy?
Yeah, it's good for when you have to go on that self-mill plan later. Yeah. Archive Trap's really good against Natural Order. Unless, of course, you just cast Natural Order for Morbid. Oh, magic jokes.
So, I mean, is he just going for the Deathrite so that Alex doesn't draw a Mana Dork, I guess?
Yeah. He's showing off his life gain.
Showing off his life gain against the burn deck.
Yeah, basically. It's good against Visions of Beyond. This is fun. Why are all of Alex's exile cards on Simone's side? Okay, they're not. They're like.
I don't know what's going on
Wait,
at the moment.
I think Simone only wants to exile some of the Deathrite Shamans because
So he doesn't want the one in the graveyard.
he wants Visions of Beyond to
Yeah,
draw 3
sure,
cards.
sure.
This is what I was talking about.
So
I think this is why he didn't Surgical with Snap Crystal last time.
yeah, fair enough. So he targeted the one in the graveyard, only took the ones out of the library. Fine.
Yeah, it is allowed, Alex. Yes, that is a legal play. I've done that to my opponent's Grizzlebrands before and didn't need to do it. Online, of course, where all the best mistakes happen. So while we're waiting for this, are we going to get the boys on stream this evening?
Hopefully there is a rather unorthodox boys that's floating around. It is 0-1 currently, unfortunately. Rip.
Alright, might have to wait
Rip
for
boys. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I recently.
Would you like an update on what happened?
Did somebody try and not exile some Deathrite Shaman from the graveyard? Yeah, because
the
of.
player asked if he could fail to find or fail to remove all of them.
Yes.
I said yes, as you can.
Yes.
And then also the player on this side actually almost drew another card for turn. Just looked at this top card of his library. He'd already drawn one this turn, so he just shuffled his library and then just kept it.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Cheating, Alex.
Alex is a really sneaky player.
You have to keep your eyes peeled when you play Alex.
Yeah.
You really do.
Generally, I try and put him on edge by commentating on our match, all of his plays and mine. I did it once for a joke, and now every time I play against him, I do it.
Brilliant. I'm sure he finds that really funny every single time.
I don't think he
I'm
likes it
sure
at
he
all.
loves it.
No, it's always great fun playing against either of these players. They're both great people to play against.
Especially Mill, who wouldn't want to play against the Legacy Mill deck. It's great.
It's a thing of
beauty.
Against Simone.
It's a thing of beauty.
It's so nice. It's just really friendly. Oh. What on earth's going on? Oh, we would have taken one from the Force of Will. Oh, brain freeze! We've even got it set up already.
Brilliant.
Although the wrong art is on camera, we apologise.
No, isn't it just the border that's different? I suppose it's part of the art.
Oh, it wasn't for lethal. Less exciting. Do you think? What's going on? Oh, right. Why would somebody? I thought they both untapped at the same time. Whose turn is it? Oh, Visions of Beyond. Ancestral Recall?
Can you target your opponent?
Don't think so. Good if the card.
I mean,
thing
that could be pretty good if it did target your opponent.
Yeah, I mean, you could draw 3 glimpses.
Well, mill 3.
Do you think Alex wants to cast Glimpse in this matchup?
Probably.
Yeah, seems fine.
Probably a lot, right?
Well, drawing cards is bad against mill decks.
I mean, yeah, I suppose, but but then drawing cards is great, just generally.
I've lost lots of times to milling. Oh, wow, he drew the 4th Nettle Sentinel. Do you think Alex shuffled his deck today? He drew 4 Elvish Visionaries and 4 Nettle Sentinels.
Yeah, it's impressive, isn't it?
Maybe Simone is just like cutting his deck really weirdly all the time.
Cutting his deck. They're both very suspect players.
Oh, Hedron Clap. Oh, see, look. Takes his backsies all the time.
Cheaty face and a Hedron Crab.
He was like, yeah, Hedron Clap resolved. I'm not going to mental misstep
I mean,
that. Actually.
The Hedron Crab's been an absolute house this game. It's triggered once.
No, there was a fetch line.
It was okay, fine, twice. Okay, one turn. It was triggered in one turn.
I like
how
has somebody not drawn a land?
Does he have a high enough land count to actually make Hedron Crab that good?
It's mainly for blocking.
It's mainly for blocking. Fair, yeah.
Okay, I think Alex is dead now, maybe. Oh, it is close. When he is on 6. Now he can block
Yeah.
and fetch and get 4 cards in his graveyard. That looks like not very many. That looks like maybe a land and a glimpse away from death. Has he got Tasigur in hand? Or is that a Murderous Cut? See, I find this suspicious. He's like sort of playing Control Mill.
Control.
He's
Yeah.
got Force and Snapcaster and Murderous Cut.
I suppose it feels pretty free to have Force and Mono Blue decks.
Brainstorm.
Yeah. What's the one on the far right he's got that's black? Is that the one you mean, Murderous Cut? It almost looks
No,
like the
he's moving the
Sultai.
Murderous Cut next to his
Yeah, so the
Brainstorm.
one on the far right, that's not the Sultai Delve flying thing, is it? The not Sultai, the mono, the I don't know what it is.
Looks like a Juzam Jin.
Maybe it is.
That sounds like something that Simone would play. That's why he has in custody, is there 4 lands. I don't actually know at all. It'd be really great if he played Juzam Jin here. Ooh. Do you reckon Alex is going to reanimate that?
I can only hope so. That would be pretty good.
Cast Exhume. Huh? Untap land Exhume.
I mean, it'd be sweet sideboard take against the mill deck.
That was so good. I don't think Alex can win. This one has 3 Brainstorms in hand. Surely he's going to find... Is that Akira? Why are you fetching before you cast Brainstorm? This is making me unhappy. I mean, it's not like that's going to matter much, but...
Yeah, he's got to have what, like 2? So Alex's health must be at like 2 or 3, 4 cards by this point, surely.
Yeah.
There is an Archive Trap in his hand.
You can pitch it to Forcible.
You can.
Well, I think that's probably the best use of it at this point. It's weird that Alex hasn't... Neither of these players has drawn very many land this game. Most of
No.
Alex's are now in the graveyard, but... Oh,
I don't. Yeah.
what's going on? Oh, Murderous Cutting.
Yeah, Murderous Cutting the other Sentinel, blocking this one, so he doesn't get punked out.
I can't tell what that blue card is. Is it like a cloud?
It's Archive Trap. It's
Oh.
Archive Trap, 2 Brainstorms, and the Force. And oh
Right.
no, 1 Brainstorm, sorry, and then there's the unknown black card as well, which maybe it's another Murderous Cut. Who knows?
Could be a Brainstorm.
It did look a bit like the Sultai bird thing, but I don't know what that's called.
Salty Bird.
Salty bird.
You have to cast Glimpse in the mirror. Maybe it's like AK and you don't want to cast it.
Maybe. I don't know how often the mirror is.
You ever played the AK mirror?
I've never played the AK mirror.
That's the thing of beauty. Played against AK in the Legacy Challenge the other day. Oh, there we go. That Windswept Teeth is death. He cracks it, he loses.
So if I was Simone, I would probably, yeah, he's got 3 cards. I'd probably
cards.
just sit there until and not do anything else until my opponent cracks the fetch. So I could play the sweet Archive Trap. Win.
They use some sort of... You the sudden shot guy. Just like, oh no, I'm losing. Oh, I've drawn so many cards. I'm on burn and I can't kill you, and you're on 2. That's oh, you're dead.
Sudden shock. Okay, no, we're going for the Wheel of Glimpse. It's pretty good.
Wheel of Glimpse.
Wheel of Glimpse.
Alright, each player mills 7 cards.
Very pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad. Not shabby. Goblin player walking around the room, looking dejected.
Smelling from here.
He's got the buy.
Has he actually got the buy?
Yeah, yes.
Well, at least he's 1-1 then, so that we can kind of justify putting him on for coverage for round 3.
See what he's paired against.
Yeah, depending
He's
on
paired
what.
against burn. I don't want to watch that.
Oh no, I want to watch that. It'd be quick. Okay, depending on what happens on round 3, we'll get the boys on camera.
So I think Alex is going to bring in Choke.
I don't think Choke's very good against blue decks, is it?
No, I mean I wouldn't play against it. So. All right. Well, Alex is looking at the cuts he's going to make.
Do you think 5 mana Nissa is a cut against the mill deck?
Yeah, I would probably cut Nissa. You want to kill, not grind. I think a natural order is quite risky.
Yeah. But then I guess you can still turn 2. You can turn 2 natural order, can't you? I assume so.
Turn 1, Nettle Sentinel.
Yeah.
And then turn 2, something involving a Heritage Druid.
Yeah, something involving a Heritage
Druid, Nettle Sentinel, Glimpse. More creatures. That's what you want.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can turn to it.
I don't know. I've never played Elves really.
I was going to say both of us being very experienced with the Elves deck.
Yeah, I know that elves are
I've,
a
I've,
creature type.
I went through a period of losing to elves a lot when I was playing the boys, and then I went through a period of beating elves a lot when I was playing Dark Depths, and I haven't really played it since. So
Okay. I've played against it a lot with some decks, but yeah.
I normally have quick matches, one way or the other.
Elves is... Yeah, see, if you're playing Miracles, it just goes on forever. 'Cause they're just like, hey, fetch my Dry Lovers. And you see their soul go when you Swords to Plowshare their second Dry Lovers. It's just like, no.
Souls to Plowshares.
How do they work? Yeah, Souls to Plowshares. What happens to the dude's playmat on the right? Well, it was painted.
It's just slipped off the side of the table a bit.
Well, that too.
So I know what you don't think that was what the question was after.
I don't know. Min, be more specific, okay?
There's two Mins. That's a different one, isn't it? Or is it the
Min,
same
your
one?
friend. Oh, yeah.
There's definitely.
Minifer is Min Hadril.
Yeah.
Min, your friend. I feel like this is somebody I should know. I just don't know their Twitch handle. No. Oh well. Let's just see. It's Min, your
It just looked like there's something wrong with it. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe the question was actually about the fact that it's just slipped off the table a bit. I don't know, like all jacked up. It is hand drawn, hand painted.
like all jacked up. Look, maybe it's been to the gym. I don't know. Somebody taking a mulligan. Alex not taking a mulligan.
Ooh, risky against the Mildick.
Is Zangief Painter on there? Trick question.
I'm going to assume so.
I don't think it's on there.
Is that a city in the background? What's that bit in the background?
Where?
On the mat. What's the thing in the background? I can't see. What? They're at a bar, and then what's the thing? Are
The
they
wooden thing.
Yeah, behind that. What's that? All that little blue stuff.
Blue stuff.
What's all this?
Y'all are fun and funny. Where's Callum? Callum's actually stood right there. Callum's finished this round, I think. But
Well, race to Nim. The mill deck is the one that's actually mulliganing.
seems.
Burn doesn't really like mulliganing, from what I understand.
I like Burn Mulligan.
So he does have what, two Hedron crabs and some lands. So it's probably not too bad, I guess.
It's exactly the sort of hand you want in Legacy.
Yeah.
Hedron Crab and lands.
Hedron crab and lands.
Dude, you guys are proving that there's something all jacked up about that playmat. I feel like jacked up means something different to me, your friend, and to us.
I don't know.
Jacked up either means like strong, or you've lifted your car up with an instrument to change something like a tire.
An instrument.
Yeah, often called a jack. Alright. Again, two extremely powerful one-drops on turn one. Deathrite Shaman and...
Only if you're going to ban Deathrite, you almost certainly have to ban Hedron Crab for the health of the format, just to keep the two giants
do you reckon you would
in
play
check.
Hedron Crab in your Deathrite format? Deathrite day? Because one fuels the other one.
Does one fuel the other one?
Yeah, you can play a land, mill yourself. Hedron Crab puts stuff in the graveyard. Then you can use your Deathrite to eat
Oh, I
it.
suppose so, yeah.
Yeah, that's the broken.
Broken.
Play Wasteland, trigger Hedron Crab, mill myself. Wasteland you, eat my Wasteland. Double Hedron Crab.
So he must have had a one lander to begin with then, because he played, or maybe he must have drawn the sea this turn, I guess, because he's led with the fetch land, so he's missed an activation off that. But
That's true. Or you would assume that.
you would
Maybe he's
assume
just trying to get one over on
that.
Alex.
The turn two land choices this evening have been interesting. Wow, triple crab.
Those are some crabs. One of the ways that Green Sun's gets in the graveyard. Hedron Crab. Next level of pile. Exactly. Oh, it'd be so good if Hedron Crab cantrip. That'd be sweet. How to make cards. Oh, wow. Now he's eating his green stuns in. See? Synergy. Hedron Crab is good with Deathright Shaman. Mole Pile. It's like a Mole Drifter in it.
Mole pile. U is next to I on the keyboard, so.
No, I think he means Mulligan Pile.
Mulligan.
Is he Mulligan? It's all joshed, my guy. A goof a bing bong like a toss in it. Sorry, I misspoke. It's all joshed, my guy. A goof a bing bong like toss it in the heap, my G. I feel like Min, your friend, might be American.
I feel like reading Twitch chat isn't always the most productive and enlightening.
I don't know, this Twitch chat is particularly excellent. Right.
Okay, so what is the Green Suns for 3?
Well, there's a Kyrian Ranger and a Green Suns for 1 or 2. Or
Oh, 2, fine.
no, Mill Pile, but it's all garbage. Wow. Francis versus Twitch chat. Kappa. Wow. People are just slating Simone's.
I have to admit, I don't understand that criticism. All playmats have things painted on them, so the cards go on top of the playmat. Just
Look at the cards. You can look at those cards. Look at the cards.
the MTGO prompt. Yeah, look at the card. Read the cards. Okay, Modo, I've read the cards. Please let me continue on with my turn now.
I think how you got that.
I pass priority back.
Honorary American. Well, gee. I can't do an American accent.
Full accents, full stop.
Right.
What's that?
I mean, there's not really much to commentate on. One player is playing elves, as he should be. The other
Elves.
person is playing lands and crabs. I mean, I guess they're in flavour. The crabs do live on islands.
Yeah. What's the reason to not just crack the fetch land, just to hold that uncracked? I guess Brainstorm.
Playing around Stifle.
Playing around Stifle. The green Stifle.
Deathright Shaman makes blue.
Deathright Shaman does
You
make
don't
blue.
tap his Deathright Shaman.
Is there a green Stifle effect? No, there is. There is. It's no, it's not. It's green and blue. Never mind. It's the 3 mana one. It's two blue and a green.
Interesting.
Yeah. It counters target spell, activated or triggered ability. I can't remember what it's
I
called.
could
Void
tell-
Slime. There you go. Void
Void
Slime.
Slime, great. I
Can't get Void Slime up, unfortunately.
Alright, okay. Well, if Alex is playing Void Slime, that would be excellent. Wow, look at this. Using the full power of Kyrian Ranger.
Has he got a natural order in hand?
Don't know. I can't see it.
No.
He has Dryad Arbor and
He does
another
it.
Dryad. I think he has 2 Dryad Arbors. That's where you want them, in your hand. Yeah, he does. He has 2 Dryad Arbors. Cavern of Souls, really good in this matchup. You are infected. Whiteface is coming into the chat from afar.
I assume his round's finished.
I'm infected by FGC's charming wit. I assume I know who Min your friend is at this point, and it's just kind
I
of.
don't know if you do, or you think you do.
They know my Modo handle, otherwise known as my initials. All right, Simone draws. What's he got? He's got a Brainstorm. That's a really good draw.
You can't. Yeah.
Brainstorm. That could be anything. That could be.
Could be another Brainstorm.
That would be the best one probably.
Cantrip into more cantrips, and that's something you would sign up for.
I'd always sign up for that. So I'm really not happy with that. See, head in his hand.
So,
Head in his other hand now.
so he's got a Murderous Cut. Has he got
Force of Will, Flusterstorm,
looks like a Flusterstorm.
and a Polluted Delta.
And there's one more card, I think.
I think it's blue. Looks like Ancestral Recall.
I think it. Well, it's the whatever it is. The Visions of Beyond, isn't it? Might be that.
Maybe. Could just be Brainstorm. I don't know. Well, it doesn't look very happy though. I feel like Alex might be getting there this game. Taking a while over this Brainstorm, pondering.
Has he dealt any damage to Simone yet with that bank of blockers? I don't know if he has yet.
Probably. We haven't actually updated the life totals since the
No,
last game.
I don't know if.
21. Why?
Oh.
I think he has definitely dealt some damage with his Deathrite Shamans.
Oh no, he has, isn't he? Yeah. There's a glimpse. Okay, he's at least 6. He's at least 16. He's cracked a couple of fetches. He's probably about 14.
I just want to come to an agreement from across the pond that if you're going to play a crab deck, don't play it on an infected playmat, so that everyone goes on and they don't have to glimpse the unthinkable.
I mean, his comments are kind of what the sort of comments you would make. So it probably is someone you know.
I like this person. This is great. Yeah, this does sound like something I would say. Okay. Guys, Cradle getting exiled.
It's weird to say that the Elves versus Mill game has turned into a grindy affair.
I think I'll just take 2 more off there. Why not? Did he draw a natural order? He drew Nettle Sentinel. Here we go. Elvish Visionary, probably. Probably Elvish Visionary. He might draw a green card. Honestly, come on. No, you don't get to draw a card, Simone. Oh, okay. That'd be kind of weird. 2 mana 1/1, your opponent draws a card from your deck.
Draws a card from your deck. That would be a sweet card. That'd be great.
Why would you want them to do that?
I don't know.
You could put, like, a Phage on top of your deck when they're Hellbent and then cast Show and Tell. Oh yeah. Elf player needs 3 different Wirewood printings or Riot. Maybe. Would it be good for his elf?
Don't know.
Oh. Assumption that he's going to find a land here. Milling as he fetches. That would be a 1 mana 5/5. What would be? Phage. Hang on. Oh, Hoof is gone. Hoof, there it is in the graveyard. Still dies to push. I think that's all the Cradles in 1 mill there, because he has 1 in exile already. So he has no Cradles in his deck. That's fun.
Well, I mean, it seems he doesn't need more than 4 mana to win this game, right? Although he may not have any more targets
Mill
left.
is a bad matchup for Elves. Look at all the chokes at the bottom of the deck. I don't think Alex knows how to shuffle. All his cards clumped together.
Yeah, I think that was a frustrating one for Alex.
Alright, do you reckon we'll be able to get another match? I'll ask Jamie. Oh, get Jamie. Jamie!
Patrick. Seem to be ignoring us.
1 second. Hi everyone, we've tried to find a second match. We've failed, so we're going to go on break probably until round 3. Should we ask for requests?
Request. Boys, it is a good matchup, I think. That was requested heavily by chat, if I recall correctly.
Oh yeah, obviously it was. I mean,
that was definitely a popular shout in chat. At least 20 people mentioned that.
Nick Fitz, Scapeshift, another popular one, and Merfolk. Okay, excellent. Alright, see you all soon.
start the timer right now?
Okie dokie. We are back. And gonna have somebody who always ends up on camera because, you know, so people sometimes know who he is. So we're gonna have Callum on camera.
Who's Callum?
Sorry, I mean, we're gonna have Miko on camera. Everyone knows who Miko is. He's playing against Callum, relatively unknown player from London town.
I think I said this to Jamie last time. He's well known for playing Burn, isn't he?
Yeah, I believe Lava Spike is traditionally his favorite Magic card.
He's got like a set of Japanese foil lava spikes, I think.
I think he just loves the simplicity of it. You know?
Yeah.
The fact that you can just play it and
Everyone knows what you're about.
yeah, there's no confusion. You play Lava Spike, they're taking 3, or you're taking 3 if you're playing a Death Shadow build. But
yeah, the Death Shadow lava spike build. It's pretty good.
Early game, bolt yourself. Late game, bolt them. Why wouldn't you do that?
But
Can
no,
Callum use the playmat? I'm afraid Simo probably wants to keep hold of his playmat. Callum, you know, we'll see. Right, we're just going to go down to table. Let's just skip all of that other stuff. Callum is playing with his London Eternal mat.
Or the Laternal mat.
And Miko is playing with nothing. The Laternal mat, yes.
It does say Laternal on it.
It's Laternally. Oh, Callum's going to get a drink. Right, are there any cards that we can
You're
use?
supposed to be in coverage. You're supposed to be over there.
Ooh, there are more cards here to use. Oh, this card might come into play. Okay. What else is in here? Just in case we need. There are a lot of choices here. Huh.
I feel like Sessa Drift's going to be a relevant one. Is that a real Magic card?
Terrasta don't. No, I don't think it is. Okay. So they've both drawn their openers. Callum is probably keeping based on that movement, and Miko is pondering his opener. Miko's on Grixis Delver, and Callum is on Junk, or Abzan, or Mavericals, I think is a...
Callum's just loaded up the stream on his phone so that he can see Miko's hand.
Callum, scum as always. Hey, we hate him so.
What are those Lava Spike players like?
Not sure. Right. Oh. It's quite awkward changing and then also looking at Twitch chat. Not quite realised how bad that is. Okay. Miko has a probe. I'm not sure what else he has.
No, well, there's the combination of
Probe,
glare.
True Name, Ponder, Days, Delver, Land. Underground
Yeah,
Sea.
Underground Sea.
Okay. Callum being very secretive about his hand. If Miko's loaded the stream on his phone, he won't be able to cheat. Strange. Callum's mat look remarkably uncluttered. Look. It's quite picky, really, isn't it?
I don't know. How could you really focus with those J-size staring you down?
I love those. Okay. Miko just writing down just trying to communicate the single. They should probably start playing. But Danny is having a chat. There we go, right. Gitaxian Probe reveals Leovold, Gadok Teague, Stoneforge Mystic, Ramanap Excavator, Birds of Paradise, Wasteland and Tropical Island. So Gadok Teague, as predicted, is in his hand. Blind therapy with the chat, the card namer there.
Probably slipped in after we saw it on the stream.
Yeah, scum. So I would predict that he was going to aim with start with a turn 1 Birds of Paradise, but I get dazed. I always thought Gadok Teague would have a London accent. Really? Doesn't look like a London to me.
I don't know. It could be like East End, like.
Oh, I see.
It's kind of in an alley, kind of like. I can't really do the that accent, but
I'm sure you can. You're just not, willing to expose that on camera. Oh look, Days your Birds of Paradise, and this is where Miko draws Wasteland and Callum loses. Reveals. Doesn't reveal, which means it's probably a Wasteland. Oh no, it's just a fetch, I think. He looks Scottish. Yeah.
Maybe. I like the East End one. Like, very
Ponder.
emphatically telling you that you're not going to be
Ponder,
resolving
blue
those
card,
high CMC
Wasteland.
spells.
Okay, so he finds the Wasteland. It's not good news for Callum, this, because last check he couldn't play any of the spells in his hand apart from Birds of Paradise.
What was the other land? Did he have a Wasteland in his
He
hand,
had a
Callum?
Wasteland
Yeah.
and nothing else. No other lands.
No, that's a
And
shame.
he has a bunch of white spells. So he was rather hoping that that Birds of Paradise would resolve and not die. Can't cast that spell either. He's going to play his Wasteland. Will he choose to waste? Okay. Well, I think Miko probably drew Wasteland from his Ponder last turn. And I would guess that the game ends here. We'll see if Miko decides to just win the game. Oh, yeah, he did. Okay, cool. Well, that's fun.
So Callum getting what we call a Legacied.
Other Delver players' sleeves black bordered. No, the Delver player just has black bordered duels and or foil. So, yeah, Callum is getting Legacy, yes.
Yeah, Miko doesn't have those. No, Miko could have those special inner sleeves that black border your white border cards. Although I feel that that's
I
unlikely.
feel like he might hit you. No, Miko's lovely, he wouldn't do that. But, yeah.
Yeah, that is a black border Underground Sea.
No, I think that one's a FBB. But he does have bases as well. And Callum probably concedes here. Okay, did he not need to go to discard? Don't know. Probably just a bit annoyed. Nah. Ponder. No fear of days. Rightfully so. Finds a lightning bolt and a force of will. Yeah, okay. Drawing force probably means that Callum has 0 outs.
Well, can't force a land.
Miko passes the turn, then plays a land in Callum's upkeep. It's quite impressive. Callum does not find a land and concedes, which is fair enough. I want to test your thing. So, what do you think Callum's going to be looking to bring in here? Oh, he's looking at taking out the Depth combo and the Gadok Teague. Popular man. The Gadok Teague and the Sylvan Safekeeper. Callum really wants to beat Miracles. Main deck Sylvan Safekeeper, main deck Gadok Teague. He's looking at his Scrib Ranger, maybe?
So is there anything in Grixis Delver that Gadok T can hit other than force?
No.
Yeah.
Depends. Are you playing your spicy Miracle for 1 red card? Thunderous Wrath?
That's it, yeah, Thunderous Wrath. With your the Commander Goblin.
Yes. I can't remember who that is though. So.
So what's Miko looking to bring in then against Maverick?
Probably more removal, something like Dark Blast or Fort Bolt. Maybe Diabolic Edict. He's probably looking to keep in all of his dazes, as Maverick tends to use its mana. They want to draw, if they have a Dork and he has daze and he doesn't have a Bolt, then it's kind of bad, so maybe he keeps those. But I would generally expect to keep those cards in his deck. Callum might have Stoneforge Mystic in his deck, so he might want to bring in... Miko might want to bring in some sort of artifact hate, like Ancient Grudge or a Braid. I think a Braid is a pretty safe bet if he has that. And Ancient Grudge is maybe a little bit more risky, but... Oh no, he saw Stoneforge Mystic in Callum's hand, so yes, you probably want to bring in Ancient Grudge for equipment. Maybe Cabal Therapy for equipment, but they don't tend to play 4 Mystics in Maverick, so you get less. It's less good then. But Cabal Therapy can be good against the slow cards. Bringing Cursed Idol. I would be surprised if Miko had Cursed Idol in his deck. Never know. What do you think Callum might have? We saw a bunch of cards. Did you see anything that you would like?
I don't actually remember what he had in his sideboard.
He had another Leovold and a Scrib Ranger. Favorite of many.
Yeah, I guess Scrib Ranger.
I think Scrib Ranger is fine.
Scrib Ranger's kind of good.
Sometimes you just can't beat Scrib Ranger with Delver. I've had that resolve and I look at it and go, oh, that's weird. All of his creatures are now unkillable and do lots of things every turn. So you think Miko would cut this card?
Definitely.
Okay.
Or take out the Miser's Ponder, and probably replace it with something else.
Callum is quite adorable. Might cut. Keeping Gadget. You think he's going to cut Ponder?
He's
going something cute in?
He's going to cut his one-off Ponder. Yeah.
One-off Ponder.
Yeah. Only plays one.
Is it restricted?
No. It's just not very good.
Mother of Runes. I would suspect that that's going to meet with a Lightning Bolt, which Miko does have. Sort of flicking at his Scalding Tarn. Interesting. He's probably not going to cast his Protecting Probe this turn, which I think is probably incorrect. I don't know. Maybe save it for next turn?
Well, I suppose if he's brought in therapies, maybe he wants to hold on to it for that.
Maybe. I think I like just trying to draw days.
Yeah, that's fair. What has he got? He's got a Force at the moment, hasn't he?
Francis is the most professional-looking Delver player I've ever seen. Most Delver players look like they just left Coachella. Yeah, well. I haven't been to that festival.
I was going to say, do you even know what Coachella is?
I do know what Coachella is.
It's not a type of coffee.
Is it not?
No.
Oh, Gaddock is adorable. Well, I'm pretty sure Callum would be quite offended to hear that you don't think he's adorable. Look at him.
So he's looking at, okay, so he's got a Braid. So I guess instead of, I suppose that's better than, well, is that better than a
Miko
Abrupt Decay?
has Stifle.
Oh, it is a Stifle, is it?
No, he has Stifle in hand. That's Bolt, Deathrite, Braid. He has Stifle, Probe, Force, Ponder, True Name, Fetch in hand. Guessing. Don't know. Delta. Yeah, that's the last card. But this just means that I look at little bits of Magic cards far too often.
So I mean, he's got one more land in hand, hasn't he? Does he need to shuffle this to look for a land, or do you think he's probably okay? I guess he's got a Probe.
This is why I like probing.
Yeah.
Because then it informs all of your cantrips. You can see if Callum has Wasteland. Or
Yeah, that makes sense. So he's elected to keep Bolt on top.
you can see if Callum has Wasteland. You can look for a daze. You can, yeah, just what do you do? Oh, yeah, that's True Name. Okay. That is probe. So now he's probing after casting Ponder. That's a bit odd.
Yeah, that seems the wrong way round, doesn't it?
Like, what are you hoping to? It's just strange. I suppose. No, there's just no reason to do that. Unless you know you need two specific cards that turn, you find them off your Ponder, and then you cast Probe to draw the second one.
Yeah, but there's not really any way you'd know that you'd need those unless you knew your opponent's hand, I guess.
Maybe. I mean, I don't think this situation doesn't mean that you need them. I think I probably would have
That's what
tried
I
to draw a
mean, yeah.
Lightning Bolt here and just kill the Mother of Runes, but then you don't have a black source, but you can Ponder or Brainstorm into that, so I would just kill Mother of Runes here because that card is a real pain. You could also play Deathrite Shaman, but it's a lot worse when Callum already has a Deathrite Shaman in play, and Mother of Runes threatens to protect every creature and mess up combat for the rest of the game. So I would kill that. And you're looking at the Volcanic Island. That is the red source you have in your deck, so you know if you're going to cast Lightning Bolt, you may as well get that one. You could look for another Volcanic Island, I suppose. Yeah, Lightning Bolt is red, and you cast it with Volcanic Island. Yeah, yes. Don't be greedy. You will lose to Mother of Runes. What is the best coffee house in London? I don't know. What is the best coffee house in London, Ethan?
I'm a cretin. I only drink instant Kenko coffee. So whatever coffee house sells that, that's the best one. So Sainsbury's, as far as I know.
He killed Deathrite Shaman. Why? What? I bet Callum's happy about that. Look, another one.
Well, even better the one with its mum nearby.
Yeah, that's I guess Stifle stops Mother of Runes, but it's not 2 for 1. What? Okay. Alright, well, he drew C, that's nice. So now he knows he has black, but he probably wants to find like a Polluted Delta. Or okay, Ponder. Brainstorm, Pyromancer, Stolen Time. Okay, see. Yeah. I would have cost Brainstorm there, I think. You have multiple cards in your hand that aren't doing anything at the moment. Like, you don't want the Underground Sea, you want a fetch land. And like, if you'd brainstormed into those 3 cards, you would have had a fetch and a young Pyromancer. And then you could have fetched and played Pyromancer and hoped you didn't have Plow, and that's like a defensible line. Now you're just shuffling off Ponder and your card essentially didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's what you mean.
Okay, you drew Delver, which is a good draw. You can now play 2 threats, which is... Yeah, that might have been the best draw possible, actually.
Just as we drew it up.
I think Delver might have been his best draw, though. Because he doesn't have 2 black for 2 Deathrite Shamans, and he wanted a threat, not a cantrip. Delver flies over Mother of Runes and Deathrite Shaman, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, and I guess he's got True Name as well, so I suppose
Yeah.
he is in a good spot to try and beat race the Mother of Runes protection, I suppose.
Yeah, just... Mother of Runes is good against True Name, I think. Like, if you're on defense, which you might be, okay. Delver doesn't flip. Miko draws a land, I believe. Oh no, Liliana. Okay, that's good. So he can make a second black with a Deathrite Shaman. He's drawn out of this quite well. With Liliana the Veil. So now he can pretend that he can kill Mother of Runes and then stifle the protection. That's pretty good. Callum does get Knight for a turn. Callum missed his land last turn.
Yeah.
What's Miko doing? Okay, and yeah, okay, cool. Liliana Stifle. So Callum draws a card. I can't quite see. Callum's very good. He's a Thalia in hand. He's quite good at keeping his cards close to his chest.
he drew Hierarch Return. He's got a Thalia in hand. He's got I can't remember. I think he's got an Abrupt Decay as well that we saw earlier.
I don't know. I haven't seen much of his hand. Alright, so checking Miko's graveyard. Miko does in fact have a Polluted Delta in his graveyard as food for the Shaman.
He's got Zealous as well. He's got Zealous, Abrupt Decay, Thalia, and Hierarch.
So he might... Well, yeah, but Knight is just a 2-2 because of Deathrite Shaman. Deathrite Shaman and Knight, not exactly the best combo. So Thalia enters play. I'm not sure why he did that. Because that's just going to die to Liliana. He could have cast Decay with his Deathrite and his Savannah. Callum probably has a reason for this, but he could have decayed Liliana then, instead of playing Thalia. Okay, so he's going to activate. I might well have missed it. Maybe he has another land. He's going to go get a black source anyway, but then why would you do it in this order? You could have done both of them if you...
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, if he couldn't decay, and then he could have made 2 more mana, and then he could have played Thalia afterwards. I'm sure Callum isn't about this much better than I do. You can't do that, Callum. Callum.
Oh, because we got Thalia in play.
Callum cheaty face. Callum did legit cheat on camera. He can't do it in that order. And now I think he's realised, maybe? Yeah, he's realised. And they're rewinding. Now Miko's graveyard order is incorrect. So now Thalia gets eaten, Callum knows he's lost, I think. Oh, okay, he's playing Hierarch instead. That's fine, I suppose. And he's attacking Liliana. Okay. And it has Exalted. Sure, so he's not suiciding. Right, okay. So he's not actually dead. That's a slightly better position. It's not as good as if he cheated. Or as good as if he cast his cards in the right order. Callum's a bit frustrated. He's probably tired. He had a long day of work today. I mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, midweek Magic is pretty tiring.
Yeah, I think he was talking about bombing somewhere earlier. So, there's a joke. Although there may be some Americans listening, they might be triggered by that. So. I'm not looking to make friends. It's all right. All right. This is probably what, the Young Pyromancer, or is this a true name? He has true name in hand, but he's tapping 2 mana. Nope, that's not been removed, but it is in the wrong place. Alright, Calm didn't notice that. Ah, JJK Double B 2005. He's triggered. Oh look, he did draw Young Pyromancer. Weird. Weird. I don't know why he wouldn't just play true name here, to be honest.
Yeah, what else? True name, Brainstorm and Pyro. Young Peasy.
Yeah, just play true name Nemesis. I don't. He already killed the Hierarch. Yeah, I mean, well, playing either threat exposes you to Zealous Persecution. Okay, that doesn't make any sense to me. Why are you brainstorming here? And why did you tap your black mana? This is strange. I don't know why he would want to have access to double red. If he tapped both his Volcanic Islands, he would have access to draining with Deathrite Shaman, but he would also have access to red mana with his Deathrite Shaman if he so needed it.
Well, I suppose he didn't play land. Well, I suppose he's lucky in that he didn't play a land this turn, so
Yeah,
it's okay.
he had to find a land.
Yeah.
Can we see Mono Blue Painter if it's there? It is here, actually. Jasper is playing. I assume he's playing that. We'll see what his record is at the end of the round. He's on table... Yeah, I think he's on table... No, he's not on table 1. That's not him. Somebody with a very similar haircut. We'll see if we can find him after the round.
It's table 1. Yeah.
Sorry. Deathrite Shaman's now upside down. Not sure why that's the case. Very odd things going on here. Okay. Cannibal activating Knight. Miko fetched an Underground Sea, a beta one this time, and played Deathrite. We can see on display here the 2 different color things of Underground Sea. You can see one is yellow and one is purple.
Yes, that's
Both are real.
Yeah, that's weird.
Summoning Sick, yeah, but nobody does that. That's not what Summoning Sick is. Summoning Sick, you're supposed to remember that. We don't all need the Modo Swirl.
Well, it slows your computer down if you need the Modo Swirl on.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, everything about Modo slows your computer down.
It slows your brain down.
Yes, probably that too.
Look at the cards.
The cards you and Dino.
Look at
Emrakul. Zealous Persecution to kill just a Delver of Secrets. Maybe
Yeah.
Miko was baiting the...
Yeah, so he did know that Callum had the Zealous because he saw this off of the Pondy earlier in the game, so that's probably why he wasn't playing the Tunum, I guess.
Yeah. If he saw it, then yeah. Maybe Callum... Is Callum winning?
He's in a good spot, right?
So...
It's pretty big boy. The
I'm surprised Miko didn't eat Thalia with his Liliana, and he ate Noble instead. That's odd for me, in that Thalia stops him playing spells and is a bigger attacker by itself. Now he's having to suicide block with his Deathrite to save. That seems strange. Right, he drew Stifle. I just feel like that Brainstorm could have done more as well. But
yeah.
so now Thalia goes away, and True Name enters play.
Yeah, it's a shame we didn't know the life totals. They have exchanged quite a lot either way, but I don't know. I guess it's hard to know whether he needs to sit back and block with the True Name. Probably, I guess, because the Knight's pretty big girl at the moment.
Yeah, I think Callum's pretty safe though if he sits on his True Name and his Deathrite, and just takes up Liliana.
Yeah.
It may be that.
Yeah, it's got Scrib Ranger in hand as well.
Mm.
Scrib Ranger, Abrupt Decay, and
Abrupt Decay. Oh
something
no,
else.
Decay kills Liliana, so
Yeah.
maybe Callum's still ahead.
I suppose he can just sit and drain, and probably and
but bam! Scrib Ranger getting him from the Deathrite Mirror. Miko doing the classic reading of Scrib Ranger, as everybody always does, even if they know what it does.
you always want to double check.
Yeah. Script Range is so good. That's right, Nico. Learn the power of Script Ranger. Although I think Miko has Stifle in hand, so I find it a bit odd that he didn't use that there.
Yeah, that's fair. That's the only
Yep.
card he has in hand, in fact. We've had some interesting plays this evening.
Okay.
Often, the most obvious play is the least chosen.
Weirdly, yeah, it seems
Yeah.
so.
Turn 2 land. That'll be,
Underground
will be
Sea.
all good.
Ponder. Like, why are you going to need 2 red sources this turn? What are you doing? Whereas you might need 2 black sources because you might ponder into like an angular and want to use your death rate.
You could also draw Molten Rain.
Molten Rain's really good in the Flutterstorm format. Alright, Callum on tabs. Callum drew Dryad Arbor?
Yeah, Dryad Arbor. So he's got Dryad Arbor and... Is that another Grudge? Or what's the other thing he's got? No, it's...
White card?
No, I think it's Leovold. It's Leovold and
that's
Dryad
really,
Arbor.
really good. And he's playing around days. Why? Oh no, he's getting stifled, but it doesn't matter because he has. I'm really confused why he's stifling here.
Yeah.
Assume he's stifling the mana from Deathrite, and now he's going to make another mana with his Knight.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that must be it.
And then go get this Tropical Island and cast Leovold anyway. And he knows that Nico doesn't have days. It's pretty good. It looks like Nico might have taken days out. He's only drawn 1. Oh, he's getting a fetch land.
Do you often take out days on the draw, I guess, then as Pixie Star? I don't know.
Against Maverick decks, it's... I don't know.
I suppose they're pretty mana hungry.
They have a lot of dorks. If he's playing 8 dorks, it's like... but also play a bunch of 3 drops.
Although that said, I guess it can also help you protect against Wasteland, I suppose, sometimes. I don't know if that's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Right. If you'd rather the Wasteland trader for a different card in your hand, you could Brainstorm and then daze your Brainstorm and pay for it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want a Wasteland to trade for your days. Okay, pondering into Brainstorm, Lightning Bolt, Young Pyromancer. Okay, why are you drawing? Why? Just draw. You draw Brainstorm, and then play Pyromancer and Bolt. Aww. Callum remembering. Leovold's in play. Your cantrips suck.
Well, good job he didn't play Brainstorm then.
Yeah, I mean, he would have been stopped drawing it, then he would have drawn it and not been able to cast it, really? Well, you could cast it and just put 2 guys back. Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just...
It's good if you got a bridge out.
Brainstorm. No, that would be casting him. That's weird. True Name coming in for the damage. Surprising that, really, seeing as it looks like Callum is a lot ahead. I don't think Miko's attacked yet.
No, I don't think he's attacked either. Yeah, I don't think so.
So despite Callum's mishap, he is now just sort of winning.
Well, it sort of turned out for the best, really. The mishap, I think.
Really? I think he would have been much further ahead if he'd done the actual play of like kill. He would have had a Thalia and a.
No, yeah, I
Hurricane
guess he
play.
lost his Thalia. Yeah, you're right.
And
Yeah,
a
he lost his Thalia. Yeah.
Alright, so Callum.
Well, all's well that ends well.
Yes, this is in fact a game of Magic the Gathering and isn't some sort of important thing, so whatever. Leo says, nope, what a fun card. Yeah, Leovold, Emissary of Trest. Got a Trest for this GP.
Emissary of Tilt.
Leovold, Emissary of GG.
Yeah, so does Miko have many live draws to get him out of this now?
No.
No.
Oh,
did he play it? Must have played. What, did he play a true name last
Perish.
turn? Perish.
Perish is good here. If he draws Perish, he's ahead. He has a true name in play and Callum has nothing. And he has 2 lands to his opponent. No, 4 lands to his opponent too. So yeah, Perish would be good.
What about if draw Callum draws Cataclysm?
See, Cataclysm is a reasonable expectation of Death and Taxes. Out of Maverick, less reasonable.
Don't think he's in the market for a Cataclysm at this point in the game.
I don't know. Maybe Callum is going along the traditional, I'm going to start killing your lands whilst I'm killing you at the same time because I want to go for a flawless victory. Which is fine. So Callum taking Miko off of Marsh Casualties, I suppose, because he has a Deathrite in play to cut him off double black. So that protects 3 of his creatures. It's pretty nice. And then, yeah, getting another Wasteland, I assume. Sacrificing his Dryad Arbor. He used Scrib Ranger to bounce a land and untap his Neither Quarry. And he's killing the other Underground Sea. So most Grixis Delver lists currently play 2 seas. More recently than, yeah, well, traditionally they play 2 seas. More recently they've been playing sort of a 3-3 split. Or 3-2 the other way, but...
So he may not see another one of his Cs for the rest of the game then.
CC. I have played several mirrors where my opponent surgicals my Underground Seas after wasting the first one. That was quite unpleasant. Leovold, Emissary of Dead. So we know that Miko has Brainstorm on top. I believe that was a Brainstorm, unless his deck's been shuffled.
No, I don't think it has. I think you're right.
Weird.
The Channel Fireball Elemental token. You know they give those Elemental tokens at every GP?
Excellent work there by our commentator, Ethan Richards. Callum fetching down to 0 lands. Now if he casts Armageddon, he'd be doing quite well for himself. Fetching a Savannah. Lovely card. Playing the Bai that he bounced to his hand last turn. And playing a Stoneforge Mystic. And Battle Skull's right there for him. It's almost like Callum cut it to the bottom so he could draw it. But he's going for the Sword of Fire and Ice, which is very good against True Nemesis. And, you know, tokens that you don't really want to block your creatures. I'm suspecting that he's going to block with this token this turn because it doesn't do anything after this, and Knight's probably about a 50-50. Knight is a big creature at this point.
Yeah, it does look like Callum's graveyard's getting... It looks like Callum's been playing against Mill, frankly.
Yes.
There's a lot of lands in that.
So, Young Paramount's and Brainstorm in hand. So, I would expect that Callum is going to put Sword of Fire and Ice into play and equip it and kill Miko's Deathrite Shaman next turn. Callum preventing Miko from making any mana with his Deathrite Shaman using his Deathrite Shaman? Deathrite Shaman, Deathrite Shaman, Deathrite Shaman, Shaman, Deathrite, Deathrite Shaman. Young Pyromancer in play for Miko. But I think this is over. It's been a really good game.
Yeah, it's been a really good game.
I also think Miko's been dead for about 2 turns. It's not really anything he can draw. Ah, it's Tom Cadden. Can I ask the players for life totals? That's a good idea. Danny is over there. It'd be really good if they were updating them, but...
Well, they can't, can they? Because it's not working with the...
Somebody...
It looks like, just to update the life totals for chat, it looks like the life totals read Miko is dead, so...
They're dead anyway. And now we're going to distract Danny anyway. Okay. We'll see if they're starting again. We will try and do this ourselves, because obviously it's not working.
I think you've moved the...
This is weird.
Yeah, you've moved what's streaming, I think.
Whatever. This is fine.
So I think they can see this.
Have they?
Yeah, I think the red box might have been the...
No. Maybe. Let's have a look.
Have a look at that. If Twitch has gone weird.
Let's use this as an excuse to check social media.
Is that okay?
That's fine.
Oh, okay, it's fine. Fine.
So, you think Miko might be bringing back in Dazes for the play?
Could well be. It looks like he's taking out Force of Will.
Also kind of suspect. I think Force is probably quite good. He wants to be really aggressive.
I think he put a I think he took a Force of Will out. Did I think I saw? Did I just see a Bedlam Reveler in that deck, or was that the Underground Sea?
Very similar cards.
Well, no, it's more than the arts, like from a glimpse. Maybe it was.
Glimpse was last match.
Glimpse was last match.
Okay. Callum just reviewing his cards. Nothing new happening though. Alright, Callum now. Ooh, what's he got? Thespian Stage and Dark Depths and 2 Green Suns in. Which one do you go for?
Depths is back on the menu, boys. I'd like to see that.
Do you think Miko's suspecting that?
I don't know.
That was a Bedlam Reveler.
It was. Thank you. I feel justified, vindicated. Whatever you want. Whatever you want to call it. I feel like I've.
Callum might have Vindicate.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Does he have bad Reveler as well, do you think?
No.
No, oh. Never mind.
Doesn't seem pretty. I mean, you've got one card that cares about a specific card type in your graveyard in that deck already.
Hmm.
I mean, you can't have a graveyard all instants and all lands.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I played Vindicate a few weeks ago. It was really sweet.
Yes, I think you've indicated me.
I vindicated your land.
That would be in the same game game I forced a
him, and I forced back, and it was lovely.
It was great. It was a good time. Lessons were learned.
Miracles training session. Force of Will him. Force of Will back. Oh, I have one card.
It was a good time.
It's fun. Hello. All right. Players shuffling up for game 3.
So, is the only way that Callum can tutor up the Depths combo with the Knight of the Reliquary? He doesn't have anything else.
I'd guess so, yeah.
Yeah. I guess you don't need to play anything like crop rotation when you got Knight, I suppose.
Not very good with Thalia.
Yeah, fair.
Don't know.
And I suppose you can't green
It does
Sun
make your
for it either.
openers potentially awkward. So Callum's already drawn Batterskull, which is awkward in your opener.
Yeah, I guess it's an automatic.
And
He may as well have mold, I guess.
yeah.
As I'm not saying you should, but like having the
Yes,
card that you don't want to draw, it's like a pseudo.
Yeah, but he has plenty of lands. And yeah, he might draw Brainstorm or something, so.
Does he play Brainstorm?
No.
I know that some non-blue decks in this meta do try Brainstorm. For instance, we had the boys with Brainstorm a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Boy Storm. Lucky trigger, Brainstorm in response. Oh, I didn't find any goblins to put into play because I've got too many blue cards
Draw
in my
my
deck.
standstill dues.
Yeah, standstill. Yeah. You know your opponent's really pushing the boundaries when you're playing elves against goblins and they force 2 natural orders in one turn, pitching standstill and I think Brainstorm. You're just like, you have a lackey in play.
You know you're in London.
What's going on?
You know Marcelo's there.
He is. I think he was in chat earlier.
There's no colour sources in this hand, I don't think. There's a
No.
wasteland.
Wasteland,
Ooh,
Fluster,
he's keeping it.
Stifle.
He's
I guess he can probe
keeping it.
Scry. Oh, not a land.
bottom.
Unless we're being super greedy and bottoming the land to try and hit another probe or something.
Yeah, value.
Yeah, value. Yeah.
Turbo Angler.
Storm is 2, go. I don't have any lands, but Storm is 2, go.
Decay, Script Ranger, double basic. Good against his Stifle deck.
Yeah,
Windswept Heath and Savannah.
it's pretty good. Suit up the script, start beating down with the Bat Skull on turn 6. GG's.
Turn 6, that's pretty ambitious. Against, look, no colour source. Interesting.
It is a very pretty no-coloured source, though.
That's true. Maybe he'll play a Chalice this turn.
Maybe he'll play a Chalice this turn.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
Okay, well that was a draw.
Scrib is gonna
Okay, I think Callum's won this game.
Scrib is going to put it deep inside Miko this game, I think. All the way in.
Umazar JT is, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Callum drew JT and double green suns in. So
Easy peasy.
Yeah. Okay. I think this game is over.
There's no cards at all that are affected by Wasteland. Yeah, there we go. That's that.
Well, wait up, Teeth. He could waste his own waste. I don't know why he didn't do that and then concede.
Yeah, it's true. Did he draw a second Wasteland, is that?
Well, you can waste the same wasteland.
Oh, yeah. Can you?
Yep.
Yeah, fine.
Definitely legal.
That's amazing.
It's good to know that against Price of Progress.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Wow, okay.
Okay. We've been informed that we're going to get a third game, but it won't be part of the match. Adam
It's just a practice fun game, so. Yeah, we saw.
Tom just explaining the match to us, because, you know, we haven't seen it. Tom, lovely bloke, and he obviously has not slept enough recently.
The brown pile progenitor.
Progenitor mimic.
Yeah.
All right. You're gonna play for fun. So he did bring in Diabolic Edict, and Callum hadn't even finished drawing his hand, and Miko cracked his fetch line. Bit rude that, but seeing as it's a casual game,
I think it's okay.
it's okay.
I had a fun casual game once.
When?
No, that's it. That's the story.
Okay.
No, the actual story is it was in between rounds of a modern tournament. Someone had turned up late. They're like, oh, I didn't get to register. Do you want to just play a fun game in between rounds? And they were playing all in red.
Right.
So they were just like, turn 2 blood moon you, go. And I was like, okay, well, that was really fun. That was really fun, guy. That's sure. Game 2, turn 2 blood moon, go. Yeah, no, that was, fun.
I have a friend who has recently started playing Magic, and she was like, yeah, we should play Magic together. I was like, okay, yeah. I was like, how much do you know? Oh, how much about formats? And I was like, okay, just play casually. And I'm like, I could turn up with like Flash, Yogg-Will, Demonic Tutor deck. I don't get to play with those cards very often. I could get my tops back out.
Well, you should have just been like, look, we'll go to the store. They've got these free starter deck things that have got like 30 card decks. Yeah, so you have one of those. I'll bring my deck.
It's not very good. All the cards are pretty old.
Yeah, look, they've got old borders. So they don't do very.
Play turn 1 Mentor off Mana Crypt.
They're hard to read. Ice Cauldrons.
Ice Cauldron. Ice Cauldron, Helm of Obedience.
Against new players, yeah.
Okay, well, it's like this is a blowout in the other direction. Callum looks like he's had something stifled, even though I can't see a stifle.
Are we going to see
Why has Callum got
no.
2 fetches gone, 3 fetches gone, but only 2 lands in play? Oh, he's activated Knight? Not sure what's going on here. Looks like, whatever. I think Callum is pretty behind.
I was hoping we were going to see the tilt scoop on the friendly game.
Nah, Callum's a gent.
Callum is definitely a gent.
I might scoop here.
You don't really play friendly games, do you? Like.
Excuse me? All my games I'm very friendly. I'm especially friendly when I get to blind counterbalance people. Maybe he'll put a needle Deathrite Shaman here.
In case Callum draws one, just in case. Cut him off.
Cut him off Shaman. There's a lot of lands in the graveyard. Oh, Miko didn't use his Deathrite in his turn. Oh, okay, he did now.
It's okay, it's a friendly game. It's fine.
Friendly. Callum drew.
I think let's just play hands up since it's a friendly game. Make it easier for the commentators.
It's a pain trying to work out what I thought he was about to do that then anyway. It's like, Callum, you're not supposed to be able to hear us.
Well, I mean, they can hear us from here pretty much all the time. We had that the other week where we just read out Tom Brown's hand on camera, and he heard Alex heard us. It's pretty good.
Free information.
Free probe, yeah.
Probe is, yeah. What do you think about Gitaxian Probe?
I think it's a very fair, balanced, interesting magic card. Very skill testing. As in, have you registered it in your magic deck? If you have, you used your correct skills. If you haven't, you probably haven't.
I see, interesting.
It's pretty good.
I haven't registered that in a tournament for a while now.
It's really good in Miracles.
Is it? You get all
Yeah,
the
you could miracle off of it.
Yeah, on turn 1.
Yeah.
Planes, probe, draw terminus.
Yeah. It's really easy to miracle off of sorcery draw spells.
Or if they lock you out of your draw step. You have like a Necro in play.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you would, wouldn't it? You'd have to have Necro to miracle off of probe.
No, you can do it on turn 1 if you're on the play. That's what I'm saying. Turn 1, planes, probe.
Yeah.
You can terminus the goblins that they put into play after like quickening into it with the Gemstone Cavern.
Or their Leyline of Anticipation.
Yeah, they might have a Leyline of Anticipation.
Yeah, Leyline of Anticipation, play some
Opalescences.
well, no, or Opalescences, or play out some fast mana. Storm off, put some goblins into play.
Draw, oops, not a terminus, land, probe, terminus.
Yeah.
Hey guys, why is Callum Whitefaces? RPG Hopper. Whitefaces is Callum's moniker on the source.
He also does children's parties, and that's a nickname for clowns. So,
Yeah. He also is Whitefaces on Magic the Gathering Online.
What's that?
It's a pile of steaming. Oh, I wonder what Miko drew this turn. Oh, Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt's good in this matchup, especially when you're really, really ahead.
Oh no, yeah, that's true. He's got the board locked up. His Pithing Needle's blocking the
Blocking.
Knight of the Reliquary. Yeah, look. He could bolt the Ooze.
Yes, he could. He also bolt the Knight. Or himself.
He could bolt himself. He could wasteland his own wasteland. That's a play that I'd like to see someone make that play now.
I can't believe you've never done it.
Why would I have done that? Why would I
I've
ever have done that? The only wasteland deck I've ever played is Boys.
Has anyone ever tried to price of progress to you for lethal? And you can wasteland your
You
wasteland?
don't tend to price of progress, Boys.
I lost the price of progress as Boys on
That's
camera.
hilarious.
Because I drew Badlands twice and a Rishton Port or something.
Yeah, Black-Red Boys is definitely more susceptible to price. That's true. That's basically
Somebody built that deck for me. Naming no Ethans.
The argument for just playing mono red is definitely that it makes your mana great.
I really enjoyed that though.
It's a sweet deck.
That was the only round I lost.
It is a sweet deck.
So it was really sweet.
Yeah. I don't know, Boys is kind of cursed on camera.
Yeah, I think Claude might have laid a curse on it. There's a person here who...
Speaking... Well, he's not here anymore.
Callum's drawn the combo. Sort of. In that he has depth in hand, but Knight is needled. Also, Miko has Wasteland, so yeah, it's kind of irrelevant. But
Well,
if
unless
he did get it off, he could Caracas back his Merit Lage.
Yeah, unless he does go for the Wasteland his own Wasteland, and then that opens up Callum to affect the Dark Depths combo. I don't know why he would do that.
Interestingly, Callum has Leovold with Caracas. Aston Ramsden is in chat. Which side is playing Goblins? I don't think either player has any Goblins.
It's the third player off to the top. You just can't quite see.
Yeah.
And neither Callum or Miko have resolved their commanders, so you can't see what those are either. But
yeah.
I think Delver is Miko's commander.
This is being quite slow. You sure it's Delver or is it Deathrite Shaman?
Well, yeah.
I think Deathrite Shaman is both these players' commander.
Well, I think one of the Deathrites is Callum, and Miko must have used like a control magic effect to take it because of its 2 copies. And I think it's the same with Callum for the 2 knights.
There is a Deathrite in exile as well.
No,
Someone's cheating.
No, that's probably the third player's Deathrite.
Popular card in this format.
Yeah, it's really good.
Weirdly, Miko hasn't drawn a green source for his commander. He must have a green commander because he has Deathrite in his deck. sort of bell is ringing? Not sure what
It's
that is.
probably the round timer.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Alright, well the round is over, but these guys are playing a casual.
Yeah, otherwise they would be DQ'd, I think. That's what happens when the round time ends.
Really?
Yeah, you just get disqualified. If you're still playing Magic when the bell goes, that's it. You're done.
I don't know, I feel like I should have been DQ'd a while back. Miko bolted Leovold. Leovold drew a card and then was Caracas back to Callum's hand. Tight.
It's been a good casual game, actually.
Miko has Wasteland in play. He could have killed Caracas before he did that.
It's a casual game.
Where are the goblins? So much love for goblins.
I told you, the chat loves boys. You should get boys on camera for the last round. Assuming he's still here.
I mean, there are definitely 2 boys on camera already. Maybe even 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I suppose. I don't know, there's 3 in total, because they're like half.
I'm kind of sad. I still haven't been added to the boy chat, despite loving the boys. You said I would be in the boy chat.
I don't know if I did I?
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe then.
Aston's in stream. He can decide.
Well, if chat goes mad enough for the boys, we might be able to get them on camera for the last round. I need to see a lot of emotes in chat, though.
Where are the Sky Hussars?
So, RPG Hopper asking the real questions. Where are the Sky Hussars? I feel like we need that card. But again, it's so annoying that the card image thing's not working. I mean, some great
What does Sky
Great
Hussar do?
targets.
What mechanic does Sky Hussar have?
I actually can't remember.
I think Sky Hussar has the mechanic forecast on it.
Oh, is it that one? Yeah. Like which you
Not-
play in the
You have an effect in your upkeep and you draw cards.
yeah, and that's commonly played in the favourable wins deck, isn't it? I think it is.
Hey,
No, it's
Romario.
not. It's the other thing. There's definitely a forecast card in favourable wins.
Lol Trusty says, stream is consistently quite good. Should advertise a bit on Reddit or etc. You heard of etc?
Buy some sad day old pasties from Greg's to feed the commentators.
Whoa, we have
I was given
snacks.
a Dr Pepper.
I was given a bottle of water.
I'd like to add that it was a can, but I survived.
Sky Hussar is played in all blue 1/1s decks. Let's see. This game is now over. That braid is very nice. I don't actually have any braids and it is still annoying me. I keep thinking about this every time I
Yeah,
see
it's a
one.
solid card, right?
Seems to
There you
be-
go. That was very min of Callum. They were playing a casual friendly game. He brought in 3 chokes. Or 2 chokes.
Don't you like that?
Choke's a great card. I enjoyed that. Yeah, I may have lost a German whiteboarded choke a couple of weeks ago.
Where'd you lose it? And with that,
And with that, we're going to go to
be right
break.
back. Welcome back to the booth. We have fan favorite, the boys on camera this round.
Yeah.
Facing the boys is Unknown Deck.
It's going to get dumpstered because it's against the boys, and it's going to get wrecked on camera. So
Because the boys
confidence is
are
high.
beautiful. I think the boys are playing against Burn, as I predicted. The Burn player is walking to the booth. So,
Sweet boys
one
and
of
Burn
the-
on camera.
I did say we would have boys unless they're playing against Burn.
That's well, they're
Ethan has pushed
seated
me.
now.
We have got a backup feature match of Pox versus Mono Blue Painter. And, you know, that could be fun to go to once this is finished.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that, and then that pleases both camps. The one person that wanted to see Painter gets to see Painter, and the rest of chat can go nuts for
Let's have a look at
for the boys. Let's get chat up. There we go. Yeah, the boys are back in town.
town. Let's go down to the feature match area. All right. As we see, Omnath, Locus of Mana. That's not Locus of Mana. That's Omnath.
It's a
the other one.
it's
It
got a
is-
big green creature on it. It's a bit suspect for a Burn player, and yellow sleeves in a pink deck box as well.
It's definitely a Burn player.
I don't know. But we do have a Burn player that has a what's the red Praetor playmat, red fireball sleeves, a fireball deck box. It's great.
It's also his first time on stream, so he might be like nervous, slow play. Well, not slow play, playing slowly.
Okay. Burn player may be new to streaming. Welcome to stream, Alex.
Yeah, welcome to the hot seat.
Prepare to fight Charlie Bridger on the Goblin Guide mirror. Because this is an odd version of Goblins.
Yeah, so yeah, this version of Goblins is like I don't think it's actually playing lackeys. I think that's correct. I think he's playing lackey. He's playing a bunch
too
of
slow.
lackey's too slow. He's playing Goblin Guide, a bunch of other one-drop goblins that are hasty on the ground. He's playing Legion Loyalist. What does Legion Loyalist do, Francis?
It has Battalion. The
It
one
does
that
have
when
Battalion,
you attack with two
yeah.
other creatures, they get... say... they can't be blocked by tokens. First strike
They get
and
first.
trample.
They get first strike trample. I don't think they have not been blocked. Maybe they do not be blocked by
If they have a
tokens.
third ability, it's first strike and trample and something. I think it's the
Yeah, it might, I think you're right. I think you're right. Yeah.
I did play against that 2 days ago. So, you know, you're not catching me out that easily.
Damn.
I bounced all their goblins with my thing in the ice. It was beautiful.
That's pretty sweet. Okay, so he's got
Matron.
lands and one drops, which is where you want to be, right?
Oh, he has that one that gives everything +1/+1 and haste with Surge.
Yeah, so he's got the. It's the other Bushwhacker. It's not Goblin Bushwhacker. It's
Reckless.
Reckless Bushwhacker. Yeah, that's the
Sure.
one. Yeah, Reckless Bushwhacker.
So
the
Charlie
Zendikar.
is known for having a fully foiled goblin deck, Ports, Wastelands, Matron, Settler, and all.
Yeah, he has recently got his Judge foil ports. He was very happy that those were reprinted in M25.
Yeah, I mean, I did mention to him that he might want to wait, like earlier this year. Anyway.
They do look sweet anyway. But he doesn't have.
Oh, yeah, I guessed correctly. Thank you, RPG Hopper. That's right, I'm a goblin expert as well. But yeah, now he doesn't have foils of the weird
He doesn't
cards
have.
in this deck.
He doesn't have foil Legion Loyalist, for instance, but he does have foil port. So there you go. Priorities.
Yeah, no foil Reckless Bushwhacker.
No foil Reckless Bushwhacker. Appreciate the chat with the helping out with the card text finder since ours is broken. I don't think we have any.
Do we have...
We might have like a.
Come on, there must be a boy in here.
There's
Boys
gotta
have been on camera.
It's got to be a Goblin Guide or something.
Goblin, Warstrike.
That'll do. There we go. I don't think this is in his deck, but you can have that on stream. Why not?
That's what this match represents. Represents a Goblin Warstrike. Yeah, there's nothing here. There's an Aether Vial again.
I don't know. Are they waiting to see if they can start? Is that what's going on?
Go.
Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Okay, taking it away. So I didn't see who was on the play. Charlie's on the play. Sweet.
Mountain.
Mountain tap.
Goblin
Goblin Guide.
Guide,
Go.
attack.
Trigger.
That's right, Alex. It's a trap. Ooh.
Oh,
Free Mountain for Alex.
boosting towards those fire blasts.
Probably should take the life total in this game because it might actually matter. We just didn't do life totals last round.
This should
That's
be
all.
easier to keep track of as well, I think.
Maybe. Ooh. Aggressive judge call.
By the judge.
By a judge.
By a judge.
By a judge to a judge. Okay. Which mountain do you prefer?
Oh, the one on the left. for sure. The onslaught Goblin Warrens mountain is the best.
Rift Bolt on suspend. I assume it has all counter on it.
Well, Charlie's winning the race.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's on the play. And has a creature. Another 2 damage, soon incoming, I don't think.
Yeah, he has to reveal the
You
card off
can't
the
just
trigger.
draw
Yeah.
the card, that's not okay.
Oh, okay, so he's got a vial. Interesting. So
Either Val, but no second land.
I don't think he had the vial in his opener.
No. Not sure what happened there.
No, I'm not sure what happened there. Stop clicking things.
I'll stay away from this bit. Either Val.
I have seen some Burn decks play Smash to Smithereens in the main.
That's terrible.
Burn players do what they want.
That's just terrible.
Burn players do what they want.
But that's awful.
Burn players do what they want.
Callum's favourite card.
It is the card he's most well known for.
And he suspended another Rift Bolt.
I think he suspended the Lava Spike as well, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, 3 damage marked on either
Well,
Val.
it's still on. It's still in play, and the vial's ticked up, so it must be suspended.
Yes. He did say he might be... Ooh, port drawn. Charlie's saying, we're not having any of that nonsense. Get that out of here. Alright. Goblin Guido probably going to attack this turn. Will anything else attack this turn?
So yeah, okay. So what did you say? He's drawn the port. Another guide.
Second
Yeah.
guide.
Seems strong.
Attack for 4. Trigger. He's drawn cut. What? And again,
Yeah.
you get another trigger, mate. Another one. Did they miss the second trigger? He gets another trigger.
No, here we go. Sweet. Oh, good lord! Every single trigger he's drawn a land. That's crazy.
That is so good. Goblin guide is like ancestral recall your opponent.
Yeah. Pseudo. Put a Bob token into play on your opponent's side of the board.
What is this? Look at all the cards he has in hand. Alex must be so happy.
It's pretty good.
Plays a port. Didn't. Yeah. Okay. Bit of confusion here as Alex decides to cast his Rift Bolt before untapping his lands. There we are. Mountain and Lightning Bolt you. We're not actually recording this live tussle.
So he's taken.
Fire Blast. 1,
9.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, there's Fire Blast as well. Fine.
He's on 4 now. That was quick. 20 to 4. Well, that was really fast from Alex.
So is that an aggressive Fire Blast, or do you think?
I think. What? I don't understand why you would do that though. There doesn't seem to be a reason. You can just wait and cast Fire Blast later.
Yeah, normally you hang on to it, don't you, and tend to sort of fade it a bit. But that said, it is a very fun spell to cast.
If you don't like having your lands in play.
If you don't like having it, yeah. Price of Progress.
That's
Yeah,
not-
so he almost drew that one. I think that was muscle memory because he's drawn a card every single trigger so far.
So Alex goes to 8.
So I suppose if he
Port the mountain. See, this is bad now. He sacrificed both his mountains in the face of a Richardon port. So now he just has
Yeah.
no mana. I mean, he has a million lands in hand. But
yeah, and I suppose this turn as well, like he's incentivized to not crack the fetch so that he can. Well, if he holds it up, then he can scry in response to the 2 triggers of the Goblin Guide. So if he does have a... Well, no, I guess it's not true, is it? Because if you see it, then you revealed it, and that's it. Never mind. Ignore me.
taking one from the fetch land. Has he fetched more than once this game? Don't think so. Yeah, he has this fetch in hand. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's got a hand full of
Turn here
lands.
comes Mog War Marshal. Sutcliffe. Oh, lovely Goblin token. The only choice of Goblin token.
I suppose the downside with Vile is that that doesn't actually trigger the surge on the Reckless Bushwhacker. Because it's if it's second spell you
There are
cast.
other downsides to Vile. Doesn't cast Cryptic Command.
I don't know of any. That's true, but it also casts... Well, it also puts into play a turn of ways to get back Cryptic Command.
I have done that.
That's a sweet interaction.
That makes me feel filthy. Oh, and that's a dead. If you can't kill him now, you Fire Blast and Lightning Bolt, mate. Fire Blast and Lightning Bolt. Fire Blast and Lightning Bolt.
One time.
Fire Blast and Lightning Bolt. That's just a lot. That's more than 7. Number greater than 7. And Alex is dead.
So as predicted, a pretty quick game.
Game 1 goes to Charlie Bridger. I could do this.
Hang on, we're getting
What?
I'm not sure what's going on here.
He's dead. I don't.
He didn't surge it. He put it in off a vial and it has haste. So
Oh.
I'm not sure why that's. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Oh, rewind.
No, he put it in off a vial. What's the issue? Or did Charlie actually think he was surging it? He didn't. What? Or did he
It
violate?
only has the effect if you surge it.
Yeah, it does. But he can't surge it because he's not. What's he cast to trigger surge? I don't understand. I'm very confused now. Did he violin something else? Did he violin like the war chief or something?
Oh, there is a war chief in play.
Yeah, I don't understand how we're surging the.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, he's dead, but I don't understand what just happened.
Game.
Charlie Bridger, yeah. As Nick, the very experienced judge, was saying, sometimes you just, if the players have agreed that one of them's won the game, just let them go on with it. The rules may not have always been followed, but just, if they've come to a conclusion, carry on.
Look at this.
Oh, very professional.
Look, we're remembering to record everything. That was
What,
interesting.
yeah, what just happened? Did he try and surge the...
Surge cares about casting spells,
Yeah.
not doing things.
Ethan
Yeah.
mentioned that the term before.
Yeah, I brought... No, we were talking about it on here, yeah, that he couldn't do it. What did he put it in off vial then?
Sorry?
Did he put it in off vial?
Yes, he activated Vial, put in the Goblin War Chief, and then
Tried to surge it. Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay.
doesn't work.
Yeah, Charlie, read your cards.
Second spell you cast.
Yeah.
Charlie Bridger. Stick to playing Blood Moon.
Oh, sneaky boys players.
GT Bridger.
GT Bridge, yeah.
Making, what, 2 cuts?
Yeah, he's cut those 2 Onslaught Goblin tokens and he's bringing in 2 Thorns.
He's definitely bringing in Thorns if he has them.
Thorn seems pretty good, right? Turns on the main deck.
I think I cut 2 War Marshal and brought in 2 Thorns. Main deck.
Smash Smithereens, though. But he's definitely playing, obviously.
Probably brings them in anyway. It's vile.
No, but their main deck.
It's just so bad.
Well, I don't think you'd do it anymore. I have legitimately seen that, but I don't think you would anymore anyway, because you'd probably be better off playing...
When would you have done it? At what point was the main deck artifact count?
Now, hang on. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying that I've seen it. But I suppose if you did want to play main deck artifact removal, would you be better off just playing... what's it called? What's the one you want from the Amonkhet block?
A braid.
A braid. Would you be better? I mean, it doesn't do any burn damage, is the problem, but
No.
I guess at least it's more ubiquitous. But you shouldn't anyway. You should just play burn spells.
I saw everyone's favourite card, Surgical Extraction, in a burn deck player's hand earlier today. What deck was he playing against?
It was every deck he did play against, actually. I saw it multiple times. It was against Miracles for the
That
for the
was when
first
I saw
one.
it. Yeah.
It was against something else later on. Surgical's good against magic cards. Your opponent plays a magic card that really annoys you. You surgical it, they can't play it anymore.
Why don't you have it in
Value.
your main deck?
Well, you should. Correctly, really, shouldn't you? The Mill player had it in his main deck. He knew how surgical worked.
I felt like that was a tactical decision.
Well, yeah, it is always a tactical decision. You play
Mill
surgical
player.
extraction, and then you don't have to play against Mill player, and then you don't have to play against the annoying cards for the rest of the match.
The mill player is playing against Callum. I wonder how big Callum's Knights will be.
Pretty big.
The big Knights. Knights of Sidonia. Ooh. Reckless Bushwhacker. Oh, okay.
RPG Hopper, yeah.
Can we watch Jasper? We're going to wait till the end of the round, but
Yeah,
we're assuming that their match will go on a lot longer.
Yeah. Although they could also be playing a mono red mirror,
Who?
the blue painter deck.
True. They could be. I'll leave you to work that out, chap.
RPG Hopper, you're making a great MTG card bot.
Yeah, maybe you should get, a new job as an MTG card bot.
Yeah, I feel like we should get some goblin emotes in chat since we've got boys on stream and everyone was going crazy for boys.
Actually, we have goblin emotes.
There are goblin emotes. They're like orc emotes. There you go. Look, there's one there. Put that one in. That one. Yeah. That's essentially a goblin. There you go. There you go. Francis will get us rolling. Boys, hype.
feel like you're being a bit prejudiced against the burn player.
Wait, what?
No, we need to even things up with something else. There
What
we
could you
go.
even use? Use the Dorito picnic bar.
All right, we want panic baskets for people who like burn.
Yeah,
And
vote for what you want to win. Burn or boys.
Vote starts
So
now.
they've actually swapped decks. So Alex is now playing
Oh.
boys.
Yeah.
So he puts a
Dark Sphere tradition.
swapping decks. Yeah. Oh, so we do have the mirror.
This is interesting. Oh look, and Alex obviously draws a card because he always does.
Someone needs to cut that boy's deck.
Land guide. Come on, can we get 8 Goblin Guides in play at some point in this game?
That would be pretty good, wouldn't it?
Land guide. Ooh, that's basically a Goblin Guide.
It's basically a goblin guide.
Goblin Swift Spear.
So what do? Do you bolt the other guide, or do you bolt or hit the opponent?
Oh, bolt your opponent all day. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, kill him. Kill him fast. Just doing some mathematics. Waiting for
So
life
does
to-
Charlie have a second land? I don't know if he does. I think he has a thorn in hand. I think he's kept one land with a thorn.
No, this could be a
Yeah, he's kept one land with a
thorny-
thorn, so I don't think
thorny business.
he could be thorny business.
Oh,
I think you keep that hand though on the draw. I think you definitely keep the hand with one land.
Charlie kept the boys on D. RPG Hopper wants Salt to win.
He's voting for the salt deck. Well, Vintage Mountain Goat's getting to the spirit of things. Come on,
Yeah.
chat. More emotes. Vote for the deck you want to win.
Vote. Vintage Mountain Goat is the only good vote. Goat vote. Swiss Spear Bolt. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage at the moment.
Oh.
Right, 9 plus 6. That's yeah. Okay, so he's coming in for lots. So he took 7 already. Charlie's going to try and block with this two Swiss
So he's
Spear.
going to go. So he's going to. So he can either go to 2 or 1, right?
If he goes to 1, then he gets to trade.
He could also double block a Swiss Spear. Kill one of the Swiss Spears.
Mm-hmm.
It's a play he could make.
I don't think he's
He's not going to do that, is he? No.
He might do.
What do you think his best choices? Is it to concede or oh, did he draw a land off the Goblin Guide? Okay, guess that gives him something to
He might be
plan out for the next turn. Maybe
yeah,
he'd be
he might
alright.
be able to hit back for 18.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's going for.
I suppose. Yeah, so his opponent's like gone through all of his burn spells at this point. So if he's just got lands in hand for the rest of the game, then the Swiss Spears are going to be easy enough to deal with on the board, I suppose. So I suppose that's the best way to play to
Draw a cavern.
winning.
But he
Well,
didn't play it.
you wouldn't expect that your opponent would keep in Price to Progress in this matchup. So
Vintage Mango, yeah, participating. Okay, Charlie Bridger is conceding the game. And. No, it's not live total.
200.
Alex Walker has picked up game 2 of 3. He's playing Burn Not Something. Okay.
That's how you spell it. Not that it appears anywhere on screen, I don't think.
They're in spirit. Okay, let's see if we can get a different card up. Something to.
Is there a lava spike? There must be like a lava spike or something.
Come on.
Or a chain lightning.
Or Bribey.
Candelabra, that's a good one.
Oh, the Cataclysm's on here.
No, I think it's
like
because
this one.
no, I think it saved the
So-
ones that we searched for that we couldn't get hold
If
of.
either of these players had this card in their sideboard, would they bring it in?
Probably not, because I don't think they could cast it.
What if you bring it in on the play? And you get
Prob-
ahead and you play
Probably
chill?
not, because I don't think they could cast it off of the basic mounted mana base. But
Hmm.
that said, they could have Manamorphose in their deck, so that's not technically true. They could play Manamorphose to get chill, and that also increases your storm count if you play Manamorphose.
I always thought it was disappointing that there wasn't a blue spirit guide.
Yeah, Yeah, of the cycles to finish, I feel like the Spirit Guide cycle isn't one of the ones on the high priority list. Certainly not the blue one, the Merfolk Spirit Guide or whatever that would be.
Fairy Spirit Guide.
Fairy Spirit Guide.
I like that one. sounds like a powerful magic
Sounds
card.
like something that
Inspeed
the
Adamant
modern
blue.
R&D isn't going to print. His Fairy Spirit Guide.
It's really filthy. Yeah. Like in some sort of supplemental product.
I mean, you could probably print Eldrazi Spirit Guide and that would still be horrific, right?
No, I don't want them to print that one. Don't ask me why. I just-
Colourless Spirit Guide.
No, the colourless mana already gets enough fast mana.
I don't know that's necessarily true. Don't know what you're talking about.
It's true, actually. What was it? Surprise and Scary?
Yeah, Suppress and Scary, yeah. That's the blue one, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the red one again? I can't remember. We had this issue last time.
Sandstone Needle or something.
Sandstone Needle, yeah. Yeah,
I was the one in chat telling you what it was.
probably, yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know it was you last time, was it you and Tommaso? Was it when you did it?
It was me and Jamie.
Yeah, I did watch that one. Oh, yeah, it was Charlie Bridger, Tommaso last week.
Our very own Charlie Bridger. Charlie Boys Bridger. With Tommaso,
GT
Moon.
Boys. Tommaso, when I started playing here, played a lot of Delver. Then he sort of moved on to red decks and Pox decks.
It's just what London does to you. I think it's a comment on living in London,
When I
probably
got
more
here-
than anything.
When I got here, the most played deck was lands. There were like 3 or 4 regular lands players in a field of 10. I was like, right, okay. Goblin Guide. Did you draw a card?
No, we hit a Searing Blaze.
Oh, that's bad.
It's definitely bad, but it's not a land for once, so.
No, this wasn't land Searing Blaze.
Searing Blaze, yeah.
Remote Farm, Surprise and Scary, Peat Bog. Not very nice bet, Peat.
That's some cracking work, RPG Hopper.
Hickory Woodlot.
I've actually got a paper copy of Hickory Woodlot at home.
Sounds like a lovely card.
It's really nice. It's a stump, a log stump with an axe in it. It's nice artwork.
Sounds nice. Oh, Alex has mismatched Goblin Guides.
Ooh.
A true burn player at heart. Richard and Port. Ooh,
I suppose that cuts him off Searing Blaze potentially for a turn.
for a turn. It's never gonna. Well, I don't think you should be playing like that, really.
you reckon? I don't know. Okay, so he does have War Marshal, and he's also got a third land, Matron, and I think has he got Reckless Bushwhacker? I'm pretty sure I saw Reckless Bushwhacker in Charlie's hand. So there's a potential that he could go War Marshal this turn, untap. If he draws a 1-drop he has got bolts in his deck, he could potentially surge. No, he hasn't. He has actually got Ringleader.
Do you know what card I want him to draw?
Chill.
Goblin Pyromancer.
Goblin Pyromancer. He does have 2 Goblin Pyromancers in his deck. Chat, does anyone know what Goblin Pyromancer does? If you do, then
Interesting.
that'd be interesting.
Interesting choice, that. I don't think I would have chosen that. Because now you can do this. And that's kind of good.
Yeah, I suppose so. I think either way round he ends up with a token, though. I don't think there's any way through that where he doesn't end up with a token left in play.
Chrome Mox, not one you want to draw. Hold on. Technical difficulty. Chrome Mox for... Oh, he's pitching his Matron to cast Ringleader!
Yeah, Matron not so good in this matchup. There's not really anything that he's going to get with it, I guess.
Morg Marshal. Pile Driver.
Oh, that's decent.
That's fine, yeah. Alright, but now he gets to attack for 3.
He doesn't
Back
have
in
it
with the
3.
beats.
Yeah.
Probably should be recording live total. So, I think he took 3. This is 1, 2, 3 more. I think he attacked last turn as well, so he might be on 11.
I think he's on about 11, yeah. We'll see. We'll find out.
Probably should be recording this a bit better. Mountain. So there's ooh, burn spells. Interesting. There's a Rift Bolt.
He has burn spells in his hand.
Rift Bolt. Swift Spear.
He also got mismatching Full Art Mountains.
Yes. No respect for the game.
No respect for the game. It's a bit severe, I think.
Ooh, smash to
Smash to smithereens. The fabled smash to smithereens.
Smashing. Salty look from Ethan. Charlie goes to 10. Untap. Draw. What did he hit? What did he hit? What did he hit? What did he hit? He hit a cavern.
Yeah.
He has 3 goblins in hand there.
I assume that's cavern naming monk.
Cavern naming ape. Spirit guide.
Cavern on ape's a good time. You know the game is going well when Cavern's naming ape.
Ape. Are your sex monkeys? Whatever they're called.
Syrian Spirit Guide.
No, sex monkeys.
Sorry, yeah, I know which one you mean. Yeah. Damn it, I can't remember what they're called.
That's what they're called.
Yeah, someone in chat can find out what sex monkeys are called. I can't remember what they're called. Aren't they a green card though?
Yeah, but you can play it with the cavern.
Yeah, you can play with the Cavern. Shut up. Fine, whatever. I can't remember what they're called.
No sponge.
That's one of the more risque magic arts. There's also the Cyclops. That one's pretty good. Have you seen the Cyclops one?
Which one's that?
It's I can't remember what it's called. As a Cyclops, and it's got a very phallic tree in the background or whatever it is. That one's pretty good.
There was a suspicious card on camera the other day. Unearth with the big middle finger.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. It looks like a big middle finger. I don't know. It's actually a shovel, I think, in some dirt, but it looks like a big middle finger.
Really? Oh yeah, the Cyclops thing. I assume doesn't. Uktabi orangutan.
That's the one. Uktabi orangutan. No, the Cyclops one is a thing. That's actually got a big phallic thing in it. I can't remember what the Cyclops is called though. If anyone in chat knows what I'm talking about, find the name, and then Francis will be satiated, entertained. Yeah.
Satiated. Nice choice of words there.
Yeah. That was deliberate, obviously.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
I choose the words that come out of my mouth in theory.
Tom Brown doesn't look very happy.
It's because he can hear us, probably.
Hear us doing what? Talking about
Sex monkeys.
sex monkeys.
Yeah. It's after 9:30, so we're okay.
It's well after 9:30.
Oh, we're going into the 11 p.m. slot soon, so that's not good. Okay, sweet. So we've tutored up Surge, I don't want to say Surge Rhino, Surge Goblin.
Tom is often happy. Normally when he has Leovold in play. Yeah, we are looking at chill. Yeah. I mean, that might be an ironic chill.
Do we have? Let me just see if Uktabi orangutan's in the drop down.
It's not.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Findhorn Brownie's a good one.
Findhorn Brownie.
That's one of my favourite magic cards.
It's pretty great art.
I like the flavour text.
I don't remember. Oh no, I think I must have seen the other version of the art.
The flavour text is excellent.
Yeah, that's not the original art, is it? That's the.
There it is.
That's the original art.
Yeah.
Is it?
Pretty sure it is, yeah.
I don't. It's definitely got another art. I think so.
It
Anyway.
deserves another art.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different brownie. I must be thinking of a different brownie. No, I'm thinking of a different brownie. Never mind.
Hash brownie.
Yes.
Alright. So, Charlie attacks for 3, plays Matron, fetching Reckless Bushwhacker.
And so Charlie does have War Marshal and Reckless Bushwhacker in hand. So next turn he can surge and swing in for a ton of damage.
Vintage Mountain Goat getting into spirit things again.
Yeah, Vintage Mountain Goat's the only one doing emotes.
What a beast. No, RPG Hopper put an emote in.
Oh, no, he did. That's true.
But he was the only one who voted.
Yeah.
So, maybe Charlie will...
So Alex is tapping 3 mana? So is this a...
He did have a Riftbolt. He's cast Riftbolt
He's
already,
cast Riftbolt. Okay, fine.
but didn't attack.
But didn't attack.
Charlie goes to 7. That's not good news for
Maybe
Alex.
he can hear the commentary and knows that he's got Surge in hand.
Well, he knows that... No, he knows. He revealed both of them.
Oh, you
revealed the
revealed.
first
Yeah,
one
of
to
course he
Ringler
did.
and
Yeah,
second
of
one
course
to
he did.
Matron.
Yeah, he knows, doesn't he? Yeah, yeah. I don't think there's too much to deliberate here.
What are you thinking about, Charlie? Are you going to play
I mean,
a pile driver?
Yeah, it's like if your opponent's got double Fire Blast, then you're just dead. So
He's not, though.
no,
He's on 10.
he's on 7.
Why hasn't this gone through?
I don't know.
There we go. Now he's on 7. Bit of a delay.
I think he does have one Fire Blast in hand. Alex, that is.
Fear Blast. But not one mana build.
Yeah, it is.
He needs to just go for it. There's not really
Yeah,
much
it
choice.
is.
Attacking
Yeah.
versus not attacking doesn't really do much here.
Yeah, well, we're going to see the Surge Bushwhacker.
Here comes death.
Here comes all the boys.
We're going to spend more time reading this card. Very good. Not sure what's going on here. Can you think about what Charlie might be thinking about? He has got Goblin Pile Driver in hand. Maybe it's Alex who's thinking.
So I think what's going on at the moment is I don't know what RPG Hopper's talking about. So what's going on here is Charlie's deciding whether he wants to keep playing with his fun cards with his goblins, or whether he wants to end the game. Whether he's going to attack or not, I guess. Or I guess Alex is possibly just thinking in the beginning of combat step what he wants to do.
I don't think RPG Hopper wants to repeat his vote.
Oh, right.
Look,
You don't get to vote more than once.
Bushwhacker.
Do you think maybe he was thinking of bolting something in response to the Bushwhacker trigger?
Boltwhacker.
So, if he's got Bolt in hand, last turn, Alex would have been able to bolt and attack with Swift Spear and put Charlie to less than 4 and then Fire Blast him. Based on what he's got in hand, I think.
If he just bolts Charlie and casts Fire Blast, Charlie loses.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to attack.
You're right, yeah.
He just still had lethal.
He still possibly has. I'm pretty sure he's got Fire Blast in hand. I'm certain he's got Fire Blast in hand.
He's taking a defensive line.
Yeah. I mean, I did do this. Yeah, why not just kill the Goblin player? Precisely. I mean, I did do this against Infect in Modern the other week. I had lethal on board and chose to hold a blocker back for something that was
I
unblockable.
think Charlie's dead anyway.
Oh, we didn't know how much
Chain
damage he
Lightning
did.
Charlie. Take 2. Yeah, he's dead anyway. Attack.
I really
Attack
want to
Fire
see a
Blast.
Fire Blast, yeah.
This looks like a Fire Blast. Holding 2 lands, yeah.
I like that little tease. Like, has lethal in hand. Just see. Let's see how combat goes.
Might die.
Might die. Here's a little. Well, you can do it all in response, right? It's all at instant speed.
Burn
So.
is victorious.
All right, sweet. So we'll try and bring you the backup feature match with Mono Blue Painter if we can. We'll see how that's going. They both look deep in contemplation, so I think they're still playing. Yeah, I'll leave Francis to entertain you. Maybe we'll go to the Be Back Soon screen. Right, we'll see you in about 5 minutes.
All right. Unfortunately, Painter versus Pox finished before we could pull them over for a match. So
Yeah, it only went to 2 games.
probably going to sign off for this evening. Thanks for joining us. It's been Ethan, Francis, and we'll see you next week for more Legacy.
Tune in this time next week. Make sure you hit that follow button.
Like,
And
comment, and subscribe.
well, we can't get subs yet, I don't think, but
Well, we do have a YouTube channel.
oh, we do have a YouTube channel. Yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Watch the YouTube videos. Follow. Spread it to your friends.
Listen to them as you
Generally
go to
make a
sleep.
nuisance of yourselves. Yeah, watch it while you go to sleep. That's a great time. Watch us while you go to sleep.
Night night.
Night.